Hello? 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 How goes everybody? Let's put on some music. Not RuneScape. Let's do Hearthstone.
I see people are getting their knights from the House of Gabo.
Yes. Yes, Gabo Knights are now finally coming in, but how does it go, everybody? How's it going? How's it doing? Apologies for the long radio silence on my part, just still getting back into the momentum of things and also life going on, IRL stuff. You know how it is. I thought that I would be able to hit the ground running after the subathon, but seems not. Excited for FanFest this week? Yeah. So there are a few things, speaking of FanFest, there are a few things that I wanted to go over this stream and communicate with you guys, let you guys know what's going on with me and the channel and how it relates to, you know, content coming down the line and stuff like that. I assumed reality keeps insisting on existing, yes. It goes better now that we're all into Sword and Board again.
It goes good enough. How does it goes for you, Joe?
It goes good enough as well. It's been almost a month since my last stream. Not that I'm primarily a streamer, of course, but you know how things can be sometimes. Let me turn this down a bit on my end. Does the audio sound good? It's not too loud? I can turn it down more. I've been messing with my audio settings a little bit more as well. Audio's good? Okay, good. Audio's fine. You mean you exist IRL and you're not literally an anime catboy? I know. Such a... No, it is. No. That's what you came to sub for. Therefore, that is what I must be. But yeah, a couple of things. Firstly, congrats on those of you finally getting your Gabo Knight coming in. Gabo Knight plushes from Makeshift Ship should
Papa
be coming in now.
To bring you a croissant?
Yes, I would like a croissant. Thank you, Gabo. Let me turn you up a little bit as well. Let's see. Oh, you're up all the way, so that means I need to turn you up here. Gabo, speak.
This is a test.
There we go. That's much better volume. Mine has been trapped in Derby for like 5 days, apparently. Oh, I'm so sorry. Should I get back into Final Fantasy XIV? I finished Endwalker and I feel complete. I don't want to get back in sometime. What do you think? Well, if I think you just answered your own question. If you don't want to get back in, then I can't make you. I can't convince you. You've already made up your mind. You do want to get back into. Well, what's stopping you? Is it just Endwalker feeling complete? And just like, you're like, well, voice to text is hard? I see your voice to text. Okay. Well, that's a hard sell. Did you already do all of the raid content, all of the side quests? The normal raids, the alliance raids, the trials, the side content like Island Sanctuary? What about extreme mount farming? Now that we're level 100, doing the extremes for Endwalker should be easier now. You'll be able to do them unsynced at a higher level with some friends, or yourself, or a party finder. There are plenty of people out there that are just happy to help you out. You could do like me, and what's gotten me back into the game is heavily get into the roleplay. I've been writing a Victor Quibbles type lore page that I plan to give out cards at FanFest for, that will have QR codes that will link to it. I just feel like our character storyline is complete. Does it truly get better in the next expansion? Is there a story reason to go forward, and will I get invested? I can't answer that. I can't, like, if you are playing for the story, I can't tell you that you're going to get a complete story, because you're not. This is like A Realm Reborn 2. Dawn Trail is the start of a new story. So that's up to you. I can only speak on the gameplay and the content side of things. So that's why I asked, did you already do all the side content? Because this is an MMO. There's a lot of content. Gabo didn't speak. Why didn't Gabo speak? What the heck? Let me see. Let me see this. Why didn't Gabo speak? I'll refund that. I don't know why Gabo didn't speak. Oh, I accidentally closed BikuBot. Hold on. My bad. Here, BikuBot's open again. Sorry about that. I don't know why I accidentally closed it.
This is a test.
There we go.
I see the Germany flag in the post. You better come into gobo tossing range when you are already within the same borders as I am.
I will see. I'll be in Berlin. I won't be anywhere else in Germany, really. So if you're in Berlin, and you come by the convention center, that's where you'll find me. Going to Gamescom? No, I'm going to FanFest. Thanks to Shen being cool and awesome and the best, she has offered me one of her tickets, one of her FanFest tickets. So, hi Bouncy, how's it going? But yeah, let me get back. To answer your question, Casey Spot, I'm just hitting here, floating in the gray area. Maybe I'll pop back in today. Like, did you, like, I genuinely, I want you to answer, did you do all of the side content yet? Raids, trials, alliance raids, extreme savages.
Good afternoon, Father. I hope you are doing well today.
Oh. There's also Deep Dungeon. There's also Relic Weapon Grind. There's also Island Sanctuary. Maybe some side content that you may have skipped, like leveling up your, what's it called? Leveling up your trusts. Leveling up your squadrons. That's something that I know even some endgame players haven't done, and they forget. You get some cool emotes when you do a few dungeons with them. I think 15 dungeons or 10. I'm not sure. I don't think I could be paid enough to level up trusts. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, I'm always a little skeptical when people are like, oh, there's nothing to do in this game and I don't know if I want to get back to it. It's like, are you sure? There's a lot in this game. Are you absolutely certain you've done everything? Even then, to be fair though, maybe they've done everything that they want to. Everything that they, let's say some people only ever want to do MSQ and that's it. They log in, they do MSQ. Once MSQ's done, they log out. And I would say you're not getting the most out of your subscription if you do that. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I just feel as though...
I cast Corgidine. Fluffy dogs upon thee.
Aw, Corgidine. I just feel as though there's so much more the game has to offer, you know? My husband's going to FanFest. Now I need to send him with at least one gobbo. Yay! But like, if you just log in for MSQ, and you feel satisfied with Endwalker, I can't tell you that there's going to be another Endwalker, because there isn't. Endwalker is the culmination of almost 10 years of build, more than 10 years, 10 years of build-up. So I would say adjust your expectations, because it's unfair to expect something like Endwalker to happen again. Noella, thank you for the bits. So, if you're looking for something that's gonna make you feel like Endwalker, I feel as though your expectations are a bit high. And a bit I don't want to say unreasonable, but like, let's be realistic here. Dawn Trail is a new realm reborn. We're setting up a new story. Every time I log in, I'm like, I have nothing to do except all the jobs I haven't tried, and Deep Dungeon, and Occult Crescent, and Society Quest, and like 3 entire raid series, and yeah, there's a lot to this game. If you're looking for MSQ, I'm sorry, but the nature of the game is usually you get chunks of MSQ, and then you wait 2 years, and then you get more chunks of MSQ. So, there's nothing to do that I actually want to do, then I say cancel your sub and go play something else. Like, I think that's a sign, that's a clear sign. Now, if you have a house, I understand that makes things hard, but you could also ask a friend to go into your house every now and then to make sure it doesn't get demolished. That is the one thing that I will say is bad about the game that makes it hard to unsub, is if you have a house. But if you don't, like... It's weird that we don't have this same question. I think it's because of the nature of a subscription. we don't have the same question whenever we finish a single player game, right? Is like, hey, I just finished playing God of War. How do I get back into playing God of War? Well, do you want to grind and unlock all the gear? No. Do you want to play it on hard mode? No. Do you want to... I haven't played the new God of War, but do you want to do all the side quests? No. Well then, I don't know what to tell you. Go play a different game. That's what I did. That's what I did with Pokemon. That's what I did with Final Fantasy after I finished Dawn Trail like a little while ago. And I came back when I was ready. I can't tell you when you are going to be ready to come back. From playing other live service games, I've learned that I have to ignore the FOMO and take breaks. Forcing yourself to play just as a reflex or inertia to is a direct way to burn out and hating the game. Yes, exactly. Hi, Cinemetra! Joe Live. It's me, Joe Live. Sometimes you gotta wait for the right time to rejoin. More waiting means more to come back to. Exactly! Yeah, because I waited to do Dawn Trail stuff and or after I finished the Dawn Trail MSQ, because I waited, then when I came back there was so much to do. In fact, I've yet to finish Endwalker Hildebrand and start Dawn Trail Hildebrand. That's another question is, have you done Hildebrand yet? Have you done Eureka yet? Have you done Baja yet? Have you done Occult Crescent? If you feel as though you're not interested in getting into the game, I think trying to find a reason and force yourself to get into it is going to cause you to resent the game. Because then I feel as though you're going to get that feeling of like, well, people said that this would get me into the game and it isn't. It's like, you're not in the mood for the game.
Have
That's
you done
okay.
the Gobo side quest yet?
I have not, Gabo. Like, you're clearly not in the mood for the game. And you're trying to force yourself to find a reason to get into it, and then when you don't, you're gonna blame the game. I think that's a little unfair. Like, I was so sick of cheese. I was so sick of cheese pizza, but I wanted to get back into Italian food. I thought this lasagna would change my mind. Like, no, go eat some Chinese or something. Just started watching your 14 New Game Plus playlist. It's great, but I miss your VTuber. Aw. Yeah, I think I like this one better, though. Understandable, but like, you know, that was the first time I ever made assets for a VTuber, and it was kind of messy and all over the place. The rigging was great by Spoiled Chestnut, but I did draw the assets for that model, and I don't think they were great. I much prefer this one. I think it's a lot more polished and a lot more of what I want, I think. Better theming, simpler design. Well, maybe not simpler, but simpler in the small little ways. Like there's not as many lines and stuff to worry about. If you bounce off of 14, come back and try again later. Exactly, yeah. No one says you have to play the game. Did someone mention Spoiled Chestnut? Yeah, they're great. They make cool models. But yeah, beside that, what's been going on with me? I have been working on videos. Oh, I miss your current model in the old VODs where you only have a PNG. Oh. Yeah, I might occasionally go back to PNGs. I've been seeing some really cool usage of PNGs recently. In fact, there's one that I really like by Fume Hugh. I like this one. See, like, we have the thing reacting to the sound effects, so to kind of enhance the PNG a little bit. So cool things like that makes me want to do a PNG again, just because I don't have to emote with my face as much. Yeah, Fume Hugh made this. It's such gremlin energy. Your new video is super cute. Thank you, Bouncy. It took way too long. Now, on that note, that's actually what I wanted to talk about today, is after my subathon, I mentioned that I have a few videos coming down the pipeline that I'm working on, and I am still working on them, but I want to apologize with how long they're taking, especially the FanFest video is an example of that, where I planned to get that out before the subathon, and then right after the subathon, and now it's out like over a month late, and it did not need to take that long. I don't know why I'm suffering from just the worst executive dysfunction these past couple of months. I don't know if it's burnout. I don't know if it's some mental issues, but I have gone to the doctor, and that's one of the main reasons I went to the doctor, to get a diagnosis finally. And I suspect it's ADHD. I don't know. We'll see what the doctor says. The doctor has prescribed me some meds for depression and anxiety, and it's nothing to get sad about. It's not a big deal. These things happen. Like, I see it no much different from getting a physical injury and then having to get a bandage and take some meds for that. Sometimes you get a mental injury, over a long period of time, not just like big trauma, but sometimes it's just the equivalent of getting a scratch or a rash, or you discover that you're allergic to latex, and so or some other thing. You have interacted with something physical that has caused you physical injury, and so you've gone to the doctor to get physical medicine. I see that as no more different when it's the mental, Like, you use your legs a lot. Let's say you're an athlete, you use a lot of your legs, and then later on in life you start to have leg issues, knee issues, and you start to wear a brace. I feel as though the same thing can happen mentally. Let's say you use a certain part of your brain, or there are certain things that go on in your life that trigger a certain part of your brain to act a certain way, either for your own mental safety, or as a coping mechanism, or to think a certain way in order to help you work through it. Say, for instance, being a teacher and working with kids, having to set aside your own feelings because kids can be cruel sometimes, can cause certain mental injuries, like perhaps you are now emotionally distant with people, you find it difficult to connect and stuff like that. This is just an example, by the way. I'm not saying that this is what I have, but just as an example, that is a mental injury, is what I would consider anyway, a mental injury having to do with dealing with certain mental stress and coping with it. And so because of that, maybe this person might have trouble connecting on a personal level, and so they have to take medicine like a mental brace in order to help with that. I don't think it's good that you need them, but it's good that you take them.
The
Yes.
cat gobo to make sad go away. Because sad backwards is das, and das not gut.
Yeah. I do also want to clarify that depression is not the same as, like, chronic sadness. I feel as though there's a common misconception that clinical depression just means that you are sad all the time, and it can be. It can result in that, and it can be connected to that, but not always. I would say I'm not going to jump to any conclusions just yet. I'm going to wait for the doctor to tell me. I'm on some meds. I just took my first dose today, so we'll see how it works, because it is affecting my work and my everyday life, and I would like to do something about it. It has been affecting me for quite a few years now, whatever it may be, whether it be depression, anxiety, or ADHD. I don't know what it is yet, but I would like to see what it is so that I can finally work or find some way to work around it, because that's important. Bad eyesight, wear glasses. Exactly. Brain behavior isn't working right, and there's a medication that can help or outright corrects it. You take your medication. Yeah, it's like wearing glasses. Like, for the longest time, I couldn't see. I wear glasses IRL, very heavy prescription glasses as well. My eyesight is quite bad up close. And so you wear glasses, and I feel as though taking meds is in a similar fashion, wearing glasses for your brain so that you can see straight. I thought depression could also be like being emotionally or mentally exhausted. It could be. I don't exactly know. I'm no doctor. I'm no psychologist. I would hesitate to claim specifically what, certain diagnoses are and what they mean, because I'm no expert. All I know is that is what my doctor told me, is that we are going to test for depression and anxiety, and I do thank you all the more in the meantime that you guys are patient with me with how slow the videos are coming out. But I don't like to make a lot of promises, but I do promise that eventually, when the fog eases up, there is something fun to look forward to over the horizon. It is that original show that I have planned, because I do very, very much have a passion for that. Like, that hasn't faded yet, and I'm very excited to get on that and having that fully realized. But I need to eat my veggies first. For full transparency with you guys, just so I know, because, like, I feel like I should communicate this, and I know it's scary to communicate this as a content creator, is I am considering how much I actually want to continue these silly little guides to Monster Hunter. Because it might just be this one hump, admittedly, because the hunting horn video is proving very difficult for me to write because I'm making it musical. I'm making it very musical. And that's on me. That's my fault. I didn't have to do that, but I have this idea where I feel as though the best version of this is in my head, and I can get, and I'm not going to be happy with it unless I get it out. But it's proving very scary and difficult, and it's making me dread every time I look at it. So I might just settle for making it like every other episode, which makes me sad. I don't want to do that, but I still volunteer to help with scripting, refining lyrics, if that would help. I don't know, because it's like, I'm very picky, right, with what I want to write and what I want to say. And my problem is that you could always do a director's cut down the line, I guess so, but I'm just going to be so unhappy with it if it's not a musical. So my problem is, when I have something near and dear and close to my heart and very personal in the way that how I want it to go, like, I'm not personally attached to the silly little guides like I am, say, if it were something like the Japan video, right? I wouldn't want anyone to touch the Japan video. I would want someone to touch the silly little guides or the crap guides. But the problem is, I have this worry that if I have someone else helping me, I would have to give them so many directions and suggestions and guidelines and feedback and reiteration so much that at that point it would take so much effort and management on my side that it would just be easier for me to do it myself. Does that make sense? Like, I can't make you write in my style. I can't make you think like me. There are some ideas and thoughts that I want to implement that can only come from my brain. Now, on the flip side, the very same, there are ideas that can only come from other people that are unique that I'm not going to have thought of. But what that means is I'm going to have to see them, I'm going to have to give feedback and back and forth, and that's going to slow down production, and who's to say that will even speed things up? And I'd rather just not put that strain and time waste on someone else, because what if somebody does do all of that and it turns out I don't like it? Well, I just wasted their time, and I do wish I was super rich so that I could just pay them for their time, but I don't think I can. Right now, like, I do not have the finances where I can just throw money around willy-nilly doing that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Where, like, yes, some help would be good, but how do I make you read my mind? I'm a believer that progress, a path from A to B, it's more like tree growing. You don't know the exact end result, but something great can come from the effort you give. Yeah, I mean, that's normal. It's not trust issues necessarily. It's being realistic about they can't read my mind. Like, there are so many things that I want to include. All right, so here's an example, right? I'm going to give you guys a little bit behind the scenes of the next silly little guide, and I want you to tell me what the next lyric should be, and to give you a perspective. Not to say that no one could do this but me. There are some very talented writers among you. But, like, just to give perspective of like that, how do I direct this, right? How do I give instructions? And in a similar vein, there was a great video by what's it called? By AVGN talking about how, oh, why don't you just hire a scriptwriter? And it's not this exact one-to-one, but his videos are very opinionated. They're very personal. And in some ways, this, for me, is opinionated and personal as well. Because then, if somebody else is writing the guide, is it really my guide? Because there are specific things about the weapon that I want to make sure to get across that are, you know, unique to me and how I present it. If somebody else is presenting what they want, is it really my guide anymore? Yeah, it's for AVGN, the example that I wanted to give is his videos are about his thoughts and his review. Let's say somebody writes, well, this movie's great, but AVGN thinks, oh, this movie sucks. He can't have somebody else write the review for him because that's not his thoughts. And I think in a similar vein, the things that I think are important to the hunting horn might not be the same as somebody else. So then I would just require more direction and all that stuff. And the thing that I just talked about where, like, at that point, might as well just do it myself, right? It makes things difficult. So let me bring up. So here is, I've only got the audio down because what I'm going to do with the, did you write the entire scripts for JoCat Guide to D&D? Yes, I did. That was entirely me. The crap guide to D&D is 100% me, except for the DM episode where all the other people are collaborating and adding in their own stuff. But in that case, I gave them a prompt and a guideline as to the general gist of what to say. But even then, I'm still directing, right? Like they say, I told them, I gave them very specific guidelines of write things that a bad player would say in your scenario. And that was it. That was simple directions. But the next silly little guide is hunting horn? Yes. But as another, like, just for reference, like that video took a year from the point I gave them that to finish production, just in terms of just sheer writing, having to write and produce and edit on my part. So here's an example. The beginning is very much the horn, the saxoboom thing. So this part's going to be just kind of just showing a mini montage. Like this one's going to be unique in that, you know, I don't have a soft intro of me commentating like all the other weapons, just because I think this is, I want every episode to be a little unique in some way, but yeah. But yeah, how do I, let's say I was like, I want the intro to be the saxoboom. How do I, like, and I have deliberately added in these echoes, this reverb to it, to delay the intro, like the build-up, to fit the meter. How do I give directions for that without going out of my mind? That would take paragraphs of explanation, and at that point, again, I might as well just do it myself, right? And then this part where I start rapping, essentially, like just like rhyming and rapping and all that stuff, and like writing about what I would like. And I'm very picky about the word choice and what I want to use. So, and I'm also a little insecure about this part. So pardon, just be nice. I don't know why I cringe at the process of making music. I don't cringe at any other production process, but I don't know why I cringe at my musical production process. But here's what I got so far. Hammer's not the only blunt weapon in game should you wish to maim with a duty musical flame. And here's a weapon you all know with universal acclaim. Wanna save you immediately carving out its name. It's called a support, but I gotta be blunt. This blunt giant can still hold all on its own in a solo hunt. It likes to be up front, pull off a wicked stunt, turn a Monster Hunter to a rhythm game. Haunting Horn, the master of the groove, on the move to prove that even though you've got a song in your heart, it doesn't mean you can't start whacking away with swings that rings. Yeah, and then I ran out of steam here. So, like, how do I direct someone as to what to include to meter out for the amount of time that I want? Yeah, and then the thing is also, like, I change my mind as the video is being edited as I go, where I'm like, I'm going to cut a few things, I'm going to remove a few things, I'm going to add a few things. And usually the video is a lot shorter than the initial thing. Did you move away from the mic to breathe in? Yes, I did. This would be incredibly hard to explain. Yes. Like, how do I explain what to write for lyrics and what I want from lyrics without just getting in so much detail that I might as well just write it myself? My problem is not the visuals, it's the writing. And, like, that is where the bottleneck is the writing for me. I feel like the end product of music can be so different to the process that it can sometimes make the process itself feel like awkward for the person doing it. Yeah. No, my problem is not visuals. Make no mistake, like, it's not the visual part. The visual part is easy. It's the writing part. How do I, like, and that's what I mean by, like, it's causing me a lot of trouble is, like, I don't know how to direct someone to write the material that I want. And I don't think that it's easily possible. I think there is some worlds where this is possible, but it's difficult, and the amount of iteration and back and forth and feedback. Writing sounds like the ideation stage, and you can't outsource or delegate that. Yeah. Like, that's what I mean by how do I get someone to read my mind? I can't. Without paragraphs of explanation. So this is a rhetorical question. I'm not actually asking because, like, I'm asking this to give basically the idea of why I struggle with this. But this is a rhetorical question. How would I direct someone to write this? How do I even give directions for someone to write something like this that I would like? Even this specifically, these lyrics that I've already written. I can't. Have you tried putting down your thoughts on paper to someone? Yes. One sec. I have written down bullet points about what I want to include in the silly little guide so that I know what bullet points to draw from when I write the lyrics. But that's already done. Like, that's the easy part. Is the music you're rapping to finished? Yes. I'm using the music as a way to meter out what I'm doing. Basically, the different sections of the video are going to be different musical cues, all of the same tempo, so that it flows evenly. So this is actually multiple different music from Epidemic Sound. Let's see. Horn. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Silly little guide to Monster Hunter. Where the heck is my script? Silly Little Guide to Hunting Horn. Yeah, so here is my bullet points for Hunting Horn. I already have all the bullet points of what I'd like to include. You know, recommended skills, useful songs and their effects, and all of this stuff. I just need to turn this into lyrics and means of, and maybe jokes and stuff. Is it trying to find words for it or trying to make it fit within the rhythm? Both. I'm trying to, 1, find the right words, 2, fit into the rhythm, 3, make it feasible for me to speak it, which only I'm going to know through practice and trial and error, like knowing what I can be able to pronounce, because that's another bottle cap, is what am I able to say in a reasonable amount of takes. And 4, making it fit the like meter and stuff like that. Maybe this rubber duck method might actually help. It doesn't. Not for me. It might help others, but not for me, because me just talking about it isn't helping me. Like, me talking about it is not much different from me thinking about it. Because all of these things I've already considered and thought about and gone over in my head a lot. And it's frustrating, to say the least. But the other idea I have, like, I need to figure out, because sometimes I'll have something written out for this much, right? And then I'm like, I don't need that much. I'm going to cut all this out and end it here because the meter sounds better, right? And then I have to go in and compress the lyrics and fuck with them and all of that stuff. Like, I don't want to put that on someone else. I don't want to have to go through all the effort of explaining that to someone in fine detail and back and forth, because that's going to frustrate me. But anyway, like, we've got this first part, and then we get to the recommended skills, and it starts a different song. A different song, but in the same BPM. That way it can all feel like one cohesive video. You can consume more music, maybe, if you're going to rap it, different flows. No, I consume plenty of music. For full reference, I'm not asking for suggestions from chat. I appreciate the want to help, but I'm more so explaining to just help you guys understand why it's taking so long. I would rather just keep doing it the way that I'm doing it, because I really don't want to, like, it's fine. Try to say words differently. Like, if there's a word that you're trying to use would be funny, cut it up to go along with the beat. Nah, I don't want to do that. Like, and this is why, like I think this is a good example of why I can't bring on help, because the help, like, as an example, like chat themselves giving great suggestions, which would be fine, you know, fine in a vacuum. But it's like, to me, I'm like, but I don't want that for my video, right? It's like, how I can't beam into your brain my vision for the video. So, like, maybe you could do this. It's like, yeah, but what if I don't want that for the video? So, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah. And also, there's all of this stuff where it's like I'm testing out different combinations of beats and melodies and seeing which one I might like better. Because I might like this one, or I might like this one. And it's just easier for me to go in and make the change on a whim, rather than, again, the more back and forth of having somebody else working on it. You made the music yourself? No, this is from Epidemic Sound. These are actually from separate different songs. This percussion and melody are actually from different songs that I mashed together to kind of do different combinations of stuff, just because I like the beat of one song, but the melody of another. And then here's the part with the montage. Not this part. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Is that a saxoboom? Yes, it is a saxoboom. Yeah, I'm not wearing myself out. Quite the opposite, actually. I am going through the cycle whenever I deal with a project like this, and it'll pass. I'll get through it. I've gone through it before. You know, I've been here before many a time. But I'm in a cycle where no progress. Let's see. No. I'm stressed. And so I make no progress. Wait, no. I make no progress. Or little or no progress. And so it makes me stressed. And because I'm stressed, I can't work, so I relax. I kill some time. I play some games. I watch a movie or something. I go cook. But because I'm relaxing, it's not getting any work done. And so I get stressed. And this is why I had to go to the doctor. It is by no means because I'm wearing myself out. It is quite the opposite. I have executive dysfunction where I just can't muster myself up to do the work. So, yeah. So, it's mostly this. You guys don't need to worry about me overworking myself. The opposite is true. The problem. So I may not be wearing myself out physically, but this is wearing me out mentally. And unfortunately, I think the only way to relax myself with this is to go to the doctor and actually see what's going on. Because that will be better than just relaxing. It's important to remember when just to say, fuck this, we'll try this again tomorrow. Yeah, that's this part. That's this part. I will go sleep, try it again tomorrow, and then I realize how much time I've wasted. And then I go here, and then I'm stressed again. And so I'm like, fuck it. There's only so much tomorrow I can do. Like, I've done that for... Like, for reference, the video, the FanFest video, took a total of about 50 hours of work. I started working on it in April, at the end of April. 50 or so hours over the course of 3 months. That is not acceptable. I need to do better. Granted, one of those months was the subathon, so let's say 2 months. 50 hours over 2 months is still unacceptable in my eyes. So I need to do better. Hi, Allison. How's it going? Yeah. I appreciate the grace you guys have given me, and it's good, but trust me, it's not a fact of me not relaxing enough or not giving myself enough grace. I have given myself plenty grace. I need to start looking at myself as... I am my own boss, but I'm also my own employee, and my performance has not been acceptable. I would be saying the same about another client taking this long. I would have the same gripes. I don't think I should give myself an out just because I'm me. Your mind has a scraped knee and can't walk at the moment? Yes. And that's why I had to go to the doctor. Not just relax, because it's not just needing to heal, it's infected and I need medicine. So relaxing is not enough. Relaxing is just letting it scab over and heal. It's infected, so I needed to go to the doctor. So hopefully whatever the doctor has given me has helped. So yeah. All that to say, I thank you guys very much for being very patient with me while I'm dealing with this. Hold on, I need a second. I'm good. Yeah. Needless to say, emotions are high right now, but this is an emotional reaction and not really indicative of anything bad that's actually going on. I'm just very emotional right now, but I want to stream, and I wanted to give an update. I'm making moves and handling it, yeah, because you guys are my audience, and you are my customer, and you have given me your time and your money, so I thought it important to communicate with you so that you can understand what's going on and vote with your wallet and your time accordingly if you need to come back later.
Father, do not cry. I nudge you to help me commit third-degree homicide.
Homicide? Symptoms of too much stomach acid. I have had stomach aches because of this, but yeah. But yeah, I think a lot of this is me trying to brute force myself into sticking to my deadlines. Even though they are very generous deadlines, I basically gave myself this roadmap for this year, and I've already missed 3 of them. And I think this is also causing me stress that I'm just kind of so disappointed in myself that I'm not even able to meet my own generous deadlines. But I want to push myself. So, which actually, this is a good also part of the JoCat Direct where I can go over an update to this roadmap. So, the Pank video is done. It was late, but it's done. The Gabo video, I'm sorry, but it's gonna be delayed. It's gonna take longer. It already missed its deadline, but all the more it's going to take a little bit longer, and I apologize for that. NA FanFest is done. Subathon's done. Silly Little Guide is also delayed. The Gobble plush did happen, yeah. The new original animated series, I don't know. We'll see. And I'm no longer working on Stream Defense. So at least that's one less thing on my plate. But yeah, I made this promise and I couldn't meet it, and that's not acceptable. I shouldn't make these promises if I'm not able to meet it. Stream Defense is killed? No, Stream Defense is still going on. I stepped away from the project because I'm no longer working with Archon the Wizard. I asked that everyone be respectful of him and respectful of the project. I just stepped away because of creative differences. Did you see the trailer for Avengers Doomsday? I haven't been keeping up with MCU for years now. I'm good with Endgame. I might watch the next Spider-Man, but yeah, I'm not too into MCU anymore. I got my satisfaction. I don't really care what happens with it anymore. It's really hard to be able to relax when it feels like relaxing is a huge part of the problem. Yes, exactly. Anyway, but what's going on next? What's coming down my pipeline? I'm not going to give myself any deadlines, any dates to expect, just because I feel as though that sets you guys up for disappointment, and then you just have to like be like, well, I guess he's not gonna do that. I guess I'll just have to wait. And I'll just say they'll be ready when they're ready. I'm taking the Valve approach. It's finished when it's finished. So I'm going to, this is not a thing to do necessarily, but I'm going to Berlin Fan Fest. I am going to treat this as an actual vacation. I will be making no content about it. I may stream talking about it, but that will be the extent of it. I'm not making any videos about it because I don't want to stress myself out. Much as I enjoyed NA Fan Fest, that was still somewhat work. In the sense where I was there to grab footage for content. I was able to hang out with friends, but due to meeting with fans, which I am grateful for, none of you better feel bad about that. None of you better feel bad about meeting me and coming to say hi and take pictures. I love that. It's great. And I always love every opportunity to meet you all. That said, it meant that I didn't get to enjoy the con proper. Because I was spending so much time with fans, which there's nothing wrong with. Stop it. Don't feel bad. Don't say sorry. I loved meeting all of you, and I want you to approach me when I'm there. That said, I will have the Do Not Disturb sign on me. Maybe I'll draw it on my shirt or something when I'm in Berlin, because I'm there to hang out with friends and enjoy the con proper, because besides Vegas, I would like to experience a proper fan fest. If you do see me, feel free to just, I give you permission for this. Feel free to just like take a picture, like a selfie of yourself with me in the selfie or something, or just a picture of me. I know that sounds weird, but I think it's funny. Just like JoCat in the wild. Like a stalker. Just at FanFest. If you see me outside of FanFest, don't do it. Don't. If I'm like at a restaurant, at a German restaurant, just eating with friends, don't take a picture of me randomly. But at FanFest, you're totally fine. Yeah, photobomb yourself with JoCat. Yeah. So, you can. How do I draw a camera? There we go. Pics. At FanFest is okay. Outside FanFest. Nah.
Like a nature photographer, take picture but do not engage with the JoCat in their natural habitat.
Yes. Yeah. If it's outside FanFest, it's a little weird. I'm just kind of living my life and doing my thing. If it's at FanFest, though, by all means, like, create soy jack phobia. Yeah. If you do a soy jack pointing meme and post it on Blue Sky, I'll absolutely share it. But yeah, I like that FanFest acronym is also FF. Yeah, it's cute. Anyway, yeah, with all due respect, I do apologize. I know a lot of you in Europe want to meet me. I think I am just in a state right now mentally that I'm not able to in large portions like I did at NA. But eventually, one day, I do want to come back to Europe and meet EU fans properly and give you the time that you deserve, because you have given me the time that is so precious. You've given me so much of your time that I think it's only fair I pay it back. I just can't do that right now, and I hope that's understandable. But anyway, with that out of the way, I'm going to Berlin. It's gonna be a proper vacation.
Hear me out, Joe in the funny traditional German clothing.
Like lederhosen? With like the what's it called? The overalls? The straps? Shoulder straps? Is there a part of you that want to be punched by your community? No. No, there isn't. I don't like pain. That's Bavarian? Aw, dang. I'm getting my European mixed up. Come with me as we explore this rare environment, the European Final Fantasy FanFest. Our journey begins with the wild JoCat. Yeah. If I catch you, though, I may do some weird behavior. I may do some cryptid behavior. Oh, pushed, not punched. Pushed by your community. What do you mean? Isn't Bavarian Germany? I don't know my European geography. Anyway, after Berlin, when I come home, silly guide. I know I said the Gabo video would be next, but it's just, I think I'm just like, it's struggling. But silly guide Gabo video, Gabo Venture specifically. One or the other. I don't know which one's coming first. I don't know which one's coming first, but one of them will. I would say in no particular order. Make this blue. Silly little guide. Hunting horn. Let's see. I have some merch, so tent for new merch. New merch coming down the line. One of them is going to be limited time. The other one is part of the process that I'm going through to make sure that merch is no longer FOMO. So there will be two. I meant to have one of them ready this month, but because of my executive dysfunction, that one has been delayed to the end of the month. And that's another thing where it's like, that's another thing that stresses me out, right? Is like, this sucks because there are other things counting on me. There are other things that are depending on me finishing my work. And that makes things a little bit more stressful sometimes. But I'm gonna work through it. I can do this. It's possible. This is a phase I've been here before many a time. Thus I know to never give up. But this will be some stuff. Random other small videos. I think that's what I need to do as well, is I need to make smaller production videos that I can finish in like a week that don't have a lot of investment in them, which means not a lot of emotional investment, which means not a lot of emotional stress. Whether they happen like before or after these other videos, I guess we'll see. We shall see. Maybe I just need to make a bunch of smaller videos to get my momentum going. Because I just feel stuck. Then... what else? It's never small effort, that's true. In fact, I want to show you guys one video that has been taking a little while. It is not a small video, but something that it's coming along and I'm proud of. And I'll give you, I've only shown it, a preview of it to my patrons. As thanks for being patrons, but as thanks for you guys as well for coming to these streams, which I'm okay sharing them with these streams because not a lot of people come to them. So you get a little bit of exclusivity. Some of you have seen this before, but those of you who have not, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. This is another one that I can't really, that I don't want to compromise on. That it's getting there. It's getting there. This video contains flashing colors, not in this preview though. You don't have to worry about the preview having flashing colors. So, is it this one? Is this the right one? No, this is not the right one. Hold on, hold on. Is it this one? Okay. What the heck? Video. I'll offline it. Why not? Where? What? Where's the version with all the dancing? Hold on. Something's not right. Something's not right. June. Maybe this one? Ah, I think this is the one. Yes. Here, let me hide. There we go. This is to... There we go. So this is a video I actually started work on like a year and a half ago, but it's been proving to be a lot more difficult. But I'm very proud of it, and I want to get it done. So you get world premiere exclusive first look. Well, maybe not exclusive, but... Yeah, and this is where more work needs to be done. So you can see why this is taking so long. Yeah. This needs a lot more work. It's the rough animation part. Yeah, but I wanna get this done. You might recognize a few of these dance moves. Yeah. It's a lot of work. There's a harvest dance there. So this is one that's coming down the pipeline, and it'll be finished when it's finished. I don't know when. Hello from Ruston. Hey! Friends from Ruston! Ruston is where I went to university at Louisiana Tech. Hello. Animation's so smooth. The way you draw yourself is cute. Thank you. But yeah, hopefully you can see why this has taken so long. So there's this one. And then there is this one, which is even older. Yeah, this one. I need to redo a lot of this because this was from 2022, I think. This is most of the video. It's not the most intense video, but I wanted to get this one done before I flew out to firstly to Anaheim, and then I didn't get that finished. And I then now wanted to get it done before I flew out to Berlin, and I didn't get that done. So, but the main bottleneck here is having to draw Limsa from the dock all the way to the aetheryte, which is going to be one long background, segmented probably, but that's my bottleneck. I just need to get the motivation to do that. Yeah. And then at some point later on, you're gonna have dudes in the background? Yeah, that's another thing that I'm dreading having to do later, is draw some characters in the background, some of them animated. Yeah, I've shown the ending. The ending of this song is fine, but I added a little bit to it. Here's how the song ends. I think I showed this on stream before, actually. But here's how the song ends, and it's fine. This is a fine ending. And that's okay, but I was like, I want to extend that. So I recorded my own voice harmonizing and adding an extra little bit to the song to make it more dramatic. Yeah. So that's another one that's been on the back burner, on the shelf for 4 years now, that I want to finish. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it. What else is there? The next Gabo Ventures I started when I was in Japan, actually. Let's see. When I was in Japan in October 2023. Is this the one? So this one's 3 years late. Okay, yep. Yeah, here we go. So this is the first, like, real episode in the daytime outside with my new kind of squiggly art style. So Gobbo's going to run forward, he's going to get scared, and he's going to run back behind the rock. Yeah, so I'm proud of this. Yeah, it's been a little while since the last Gobbo venture, and I want to make more, but...
Hey look, it's me. I'm famous.
So, I hope this gives you an idea of, like, I am working, I do have projects coming down the pipeline, I just have a problem where I keep jumping between them or getting stressed out at them not being finished, and I just need to hunker down and finish one. And then finish the other. Just take it one step at a time. That's what I need to do. We talking Togashi? I don't know what that is. Yeah. Let's see. Choice paralysis, yeah. Oh, Phobiwa! Everybody's Phobiwa! My editor for the D&D one-shot video that I ran for chat for my subathon last year. If there's anything I can do for you, hit me up. No, yeah, absolutely. It's not for a lack of resources of help. It's just I'd never know what kind of help people can do for me that doesn't require me to... heavy like surveillance isn't the word, heavy oversight, that's it. So yeah, Gobbo Ventures, Silly Guide to Hunting Horn, random small vids, Major General, and Dance, Patapon. Now, instead of like last time where I said the order, I'm just gonna say in no. Because I need to stop trying to force myself to like do a thing, but then in my brain I'm like, I don't want to work on this, I want to work on another thing, but I can't work on that until I finish this thing. No, what I need is to lower my standards on that, and 80% rule, just get something done. Get anything done. It's like, and I guess in this sense it is kind of a symptom of depression, like sometimes having trouble eating or having trouble doing a thing is like, just do one thing. Just eat one thing. It could be a slice of bread. At least you would have eaten. It doesn't have to be an amazing meal. Just eat something. Good enough to move on, exactly. Half ass is better than no ass, yeah. And that's what I need to do. I don't need to do the 80% rule. I need to do a 10% rule. One thing I learned at the start of the year is to do it shitty method. Yeah. Yeah. I need to stop worrying about quality, even though the whole reason why I made a second channel is so that I don't have to, so that I can save all the high production value, high quality videos for my main channel. But high quality doesn't necessarily need to mean high production value. I can make a short 10-second little animation and put it on my channel. That would be good enough. That would be something. Anything to get me motivated. It's not even about views either. It's like, that might bomb, that might do awful, but it's me doing something. Just open VTube Studio and talk, even I don't mind. Well, maybe I won't do that. I want to stick to my channel. The reason why I made the VT channel as a separate place for my live streams, for my less scripted content, is so that I could dedicate the JoCat main channel to being a fully dedicated production, if not just animation. Like after the silly guides to Monster Hunter are done, I think I'm just going to do purely animation on that channel now. But just because it's purely animation doesn't mean it has to be like big projects all the time. I'm dealing with this exact problem right now, working on my own projects and putting them off because of this mindset. Yeah, no, I get you there. It's hard. Splitting videos by quality is great, except there's still only one of you, so splitting multiple channels doesn't actually improve production rates. Yeah, at the very least it means that I can relegate the stream stuff to where it belongs. Because streams are fairly low effort, and it makes me understand why some people move away from YouTube to streams. I'm not going to do that. I still consider myself primarily a YouTuber. Like, if I had the choice, if I had to choose between one or the other and have to give up the other, I think I would have to give up live streaming. I'd be okay with giving up live streaming if it meant I still got to work on videos. I'm just more of a production person. Like, I can't do the things that I want to do on live streaming. Live streaming is more like a fun thing for me. Even though there are some things that I want to do with live streams,
just
like...
wanted to say that no matter what, there will be some of us that will support you even if you take some time. I'm glad I can see you back again after all. Been following you since your D&D videos, and thanks to you I considered getting MH Wilds and I'm loving it. Can't wait for the rest of stuff you will get done. Hugs.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I don't want your guys' support to be unconditional, right? Like, I provide a service, and you are my customer, and you stop consuming it. You can stop consuming my service when it is no longer of the quality or flavor that you enjoy. It keeps me in check. But even then, I am well off enough that I don't do this for the support or the views. I do it because I need a creative outlet. I need to get these creative ideas out of my brain, because when they're not out of my brain, I feel bad. I finally have the opportunity. I think the thing that I have is I have this opportunity, finally.
Gobo's favorite flavor is chocolate chip. Wait, what were we talking about?
I finally have the opportunity that every artist dreams of, the ability to make whatever I want. And I feel like I'm squandering it. And although it is somewhat tied to, you know, people's support of me, I'm well off enough that it's not fully tied to people's support of me, but it still feels as though I'm squandering it and I'm not gonna have this opportunity forever. So I need to be able to do that and make the most of it while I have it, because it's not gonna last forever. And that, I think, is where a lot of my anxiety comes from. Is like, how long will this last where you'll be able to create what you want to create, that you don't have to answer to anybody, that you get to make the art that you want, uncompromising. I don't know if you guys notice how few sponsorships I take on compared to other people. Like, I don't do a lot of ad reads. I have pushed people towards my Patreon and streams and stuff because that helps me financially, but like, I've done a handful of sponsors, and I might have to take on more just to help with some of the finances, but like, if I can help it, I'll avoid it. Just gotta enjoy the ride, yeah. You think you captured lightning, but your bottle has a leak? No, it's just more so the lightning isn't going to last forever. Like, just imagine the lightning has a lifespan. My bottle's fine, and I've held it open to catch lightning for a long time. And only in 2018 have I finally managed to capture it, holding that bottle up for many, many years. But what they don't tell you about lightning in a bottle is even that lightning doesn't last forever. The biggest hindrance to creativity is your own stupid brain. Yeah. Check your DMs for a quick second? Yeah, sure thing. Oh, yeah. So, let me see. Which video is that? Let me check my Twitch VODs. It might not be available on Twitch anymore. I think the VOD's deleted. That's why I sent you the YouTube link. I think I captured a fart in a bottle, but at least it's funny. That's good. Yeah, sorry, Phobia. I think... Yeah, the earliest day is day 21 of the subathon. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I will continue to look for ways to get you that footage.
Lightning doesn't last forever? Father, are you saying Sigmar lied about the Stormcast Eternal Extended Warranty?
Hell, there's even that one gaseous storm in Jupiter that may not... that we may see the end of the storm in our lifetime. Scientists predict in the next maybe like 50, 60 years, the big red spot on Jupiter might not be there anymore. 30 to 70 years, yeah. The red spot's gonna go away. No way, yeah. The most iconic part of Jupiter might not be around when we're old. I think it's been raging for like 300 years now. Jupiter falling off. Man, Jupiter really fell off after it lost its red spot. Can't have shit in space. First they take away Pluto, now they're taking away the Great Red Spot. Is nothing sacred? No. No. To answer your question, no, nothing is sacred. Everything changes. Things change. Worst case scenario... Yeah, no worries, Phobia. There's no fast or hard deadline or quick deadline on these. It's literally just like eventually. So they'll happen when they happen. Including the award-winning expansion Shadowbringers. But yeah. What about death and taxes? I don't even think... Well, maybe taxes, but it'll exist in a different form. Maybe it won't be called taxes anymore. Remember that we danced. Exactly. In some better news, so that's update about the content and the channel and where it's going. Live streams are still going to be slow because for me, I have the mental space of a grasshopper. So whenever I have a live stream, that's like my day. I can only muster the emotional and mental space to do a stream and nothing else on that day. So when I stream, usually means that I'm not working on videos. Unless I'm working on videos on the stream, which I may go back to doing for the next silly guides after the hunting horn. Any muffin updates? Still creature? Yes, actually, right now I'm packing my room. My office is a mess and I'm packing, but she is next to me. Let me take a picture. I can show you guys what she's doing. She's also helping me pack. Here. The baby. She's laying down. She's helping me pack. And by helping, I mean not doing a gosh darn thing. Here we go. There she is, right there, right now. You can see I'm packing my suitcases for Germany, and she is just tongue out, hanging out on my mattress. She looks like roadkill. She's supporting you emotionally, yeah. She has no qualm. She has no worries. Pack her up? Yeah, I'll just bring her along. She'll fit in the suitcase. She's conked out. She is most of the time. She is conked most of the day. Majestic beast, suitable for putting in an illuminated manuscript. It's my other boss, yeah. It's Muffin. There she is. Can we get some muffins in the chat for Muffin? She's such a good dog. She saw the one spot with clothes and decided to lay on them. I just got these out of the laundry, out of the washer. So, hey Circuit, how's it going? She might fit in the bag, but can you lift it after? It won't even go through bag check after. Bag check maximum capacity of weight is 50. She's 55 pounds. There's some muffins in the chat. Yeah, she's too heavy to go with us. I'm okay. What about you? I'm doing all right. I will be doing all right. Going through some stress, which I've explained to chat, just to be on the same page and let them know what's going on, because you cannot separate a piece of art or production from the context of its creation. So I was giving the context of the creation of the videos upcoming so that people could understand what's taking so long, where my brain is at, and what to expect. But with that, what I've got going on later today is this is my second to last day home. I leave on the 22nd. I will arrive on the 23rd in Berlin. And so I've got a couple of days to do things. Firstly, pack. Secondly, I need to finish writing Victor's lore page, which is let's see. I made a card. I finally made a card for Victor, and I will be moving my main website to card as well, just because it is far more affordable than Wix. And let me show you guys. Here is that. It still needs a lot of work. I got to work on backstory. This is basically lorem ipsum. It's just copy pasted from the homepage. But here's Victor. There he is. Art by Kate. And you know, I got to add in a bunch of stuff. But I will be giving out at FanFest in Berlin. If you see me and we're at like a sticker trade, I will be going to a sticker trade. So if you see me there, do say hi. Actually, one thing I want to say, like, I'll have a do not disturb. If I don't have my do not disturb on, my do not disturb shirt or sign, I'll have some kind of sign for do not disturb. If I don't have that, by all means, like, I'll probably be going to some sticker trade or something. Come say hi to me. That's okay. I just want to meet people without having to form a line, you know. But I'll go to the sticker trade. I'll be giving out my business card. I'm printing Victor business cards that I hope to come in soon before I fly out. Hopefully. Joe sometimes feels safer in his enclosure. Yeah. Actually, let me be. I feel like I've not been clear with my guidelines. I feel like I've confused you guys, and I'm sorry about that. So here, I'll make clearer guidelines. Let's see. Where's my font? There we go. Joe is wandering the con floor. Or talking with someone. Joe is at a sticker trade or other community meet event, and Joe is outside the con randomly in Berlin. Actually, not wandering the con floor. So here are the guidelines that I hope, so that I get to meet you guys, but I also get to enjoy the con. Let's see. Huh? How do I say this? Come say hi. Take pictures. With, like, together. And take pictures of. There we go. I hope this makes sense, because I know how I explained it was very confusing, so I will do this. Just establishing some clear boundaries. So, if I'm at like a specific like sticker trade where people are coming to meet and say hi and chat and stuff, all of these are okay. Absolutely, all okay. By all means, come say hi, come take a selfie with me, trade me some stuff, I'll trade you some stuff. If I'm just wandering the show floor, you can take a picture of me, you know, post it on social media. Say, like, I spotted a Joe or something. I would say... If I'm, like, waiting in line with you on something, and we're, like, not really doing anything anyway, just, like, use your judgment. Like, if I'm wandering and I'm going somewhere, and you see I'm going somewhere, just, like, you know, let me go. Sign dependent? Yeah, I'll be wearing a sign, a shirt. Or, take a picture without telling you? That feels rude. No, I understand. This does feel a little weird, but I'm giving full permission that, like, it's like, if you spotted me, I want to know. Yeah, if I'm, like, eating, maybe not. But if I'm outside, yeah. Does this make sense? Situational read the room, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna make a shirt. What's the do not disturb sign in 14? Yeah, I'll be wearing... I'm gonna get a shirt or something to do this. Which doesn't necessarily mean, like, if people don't know who I am, they're probably not gonna know what this shirt means. AFK sign? Ooh, AFK sign. Yeah. Actually, that seems nicer. Yeah, there we go. And I think on the inverse, I will have the looking for party on my shirt. Or disconnected. Yeah. If you see me wearing this shirt, likely, I think I might just not be in the mood. So, I do respectfully ask to just kind of give me my space. You can still take a picture of me. Taking a picture of me while I'm at the con is totally fine. I'm okay with that. And just like do the soy jack pointing. But if I am wearing the looking for party shirt, by all means approach. Does that make sense? Will peeps in this stream know what that means? I'll post it on social medias. If they're at FanFest, they should know those symbols. Yeah, but they're not gonna know specifically what it means to me. Also, AFK is a little bit dubious. So it'll either be AFK or like do not disturb. One of the two. I haven't decided yet. I'll post the shirt on social media and on YouTube community and stuff and let people know what it means. But I will have a visual. I know this is usually a taboo for people of my status, you know, the kind of a weird thing to go over, like these sorts of guidelines, but I think it's better to communicate and be uncomfortable in the moment and feel weird in the moment, but all be on the same page and understanding, rather than, you know, wanting to do, it's just more pragmatic, right? I don't think I've ever seen Do Not Disturb in the game before. Yeah, it's yeah, I see it on occasion. It's mostly just to stop notifications. Some streamers will put it on. Boundaries are vitally important. Thank you for understanding. That's why I recommend the AFK one. Yeah, AFK is more notable. So we'll see. I'll post like when I make the shirts. I'll share them on social media. But you guys will know. I'll post these guidelines. Better to over-explain than under-explain. Yeah, exactly. Plus, you guys are cool. Like every single interaction that I had at NA FanFest was positive. Every single one of you guys that came and said hi to me were awesome. And I thoroughly enjoyed chatting with all of you. But I realized that I have a problem saying no. I have a problem turning people down and being like, no, I want to go do other stuff. So these shirts will be my way of doing that without having to have that confrontation. Because I have anxiety. And while I'm at it, I do have this one anxiety thought that I shouldn't humor, but just like, oh man, I really hope that post doesn't go viral and the wrong people see it and think it's weird, because it's not. I think it's logical, you know, when you have an audience, to inform them as to what your boundaries are and what shorthand to use and stuff like that. Belrin? Ah, Belrin. Of course. The European city of Belrin. Mini Direct, yeah. Intrusive thoughts be intrusiving. Yeah. There are so many VTubers who make these kinds of boundary posts for things like off-Kai seems totally normal. Really? Okay, that puts me more at ease. On another note, your lore stuff for Victor kind of inspired me, so I started writing my Walls lore as Lalafell adopted by a Rogadin family. Aw, yay! Like Pippin, right? Like Pippin and Nanamo, both essentially being adopted by Ralban. I know Nanamo wasn't, but she's basically a daughter figure. What are your hopes and predictions for Berlin? My predictions is, I mean, it's not a prediction, it's confirmed. We're gonna see the first tank, the new tank. So I'm excited for that. My hope is that we see more customization options. They mentioned that, you know, we've got our color picker for skin and hair, which is good. We're going to get multiple, like, a lot more makeup slots, so that's good. But I'm hoping for more. Like, this is not going to happen. I'm not holding my breath for it, but man, it would be a pipe dream to get body options. That'd be great. I hope we see the job action skins. Oh, that could be fun. Yes, I want to see that. I want to see the action skins. That'll be fun. Isn't the 25th this weekend? Yes, it is. Butt slider. Yeah, Yoshi P said he would go talk to the team again and see what's possible. My guess, my prediction is we're not going to see any major character creation overhauls until 9.0. Because they just started, you know, overhauling and started adding stuff, but I don't expect any major changes to happen until 9.0. Oh yeah, rest in peace 14 Mobile. I did not have major hopes for it as soon as I saw the monetization style, the monetization system. I did not have high hopes for that game. I'm not going to say I'm a prophet. I'm no predictor. But I will say that I had a feeling that it's like, this is... I don't know that this is really going to take off. Talk to the team and it's just him crying. Yeah. I want to see how they've updated / advanced Red Mage. Yeah. I am interested in seeing... I bet we're going to see more of Evolved Mode. Which they more or less also kind of confirmed. That we'll see more in Berlin. There are so many things of like, more in Berlin. Where is Verraise? Is it safe? Is it okay? Yeah, I want to see more of Evolved Mode. When is it again? I know it's soon, but I don't remember. It is the 25th. It is going to be Saturday and Sunday. This coming Saturday and Sunday. Big. So pumped for Evolved Mode? Yeah. Curious how the jobs are going to change without 2-minute buttons. I'm guessing they're going to be a lot more like how MOBA characters play, in that a lot of your buttons are situational, and that the rest of your buttons are more like going to play like an action game, which I think is... I'm okay with that. Guys, do you not have calendars to put FanFest into? They're my fans. If they're my viewers, they don't know how to tell time, because I don't know how to tell time. And the audience reflects the streamer, as they say. I can't even tell time. You think my audience is going to be able to? Dates are hard, yeah. I want to get a feel how I should organize my bars on controller. Yeah, the Evolve Mode is also probably going to very, very much help controller players, because they're trying to get rid of the button bloat. Yeah, I also say the following weekend when it's one that's upcoming. I say next weekend when it's like this current weekend either hasn't approached yet or it is currently this weekend. That's when I say next weekend. We can tell time. That's a skill issue on your end. Also true. I also have a skill issue. It might just... I'm just dumb sometimes. Anyway, with that, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go use the bathroom, and then when we come back, I'm going to play a little bit of 14. Just hanging out, just chatting. Just, hanging out in the game and looking at my character like I normally do. Like, legit, the past couple of days while I've been writing Victor's lore doc and planning for FanFest and stuff and getting things done, I would just open the game and just look at him. Never have I been more invested in an OC than now. But, yeah, be right back. And then we play 14. What are you looking at, Stinky? You being a dog? You guys want to hear Muffin? One sec. Come here, baby. Come on, let me move the luggage out of the way. Jeez. Ugh. Baby. Muffin. I don't know if you guys could hear her grunts. She is a 50-pound dog. Oh, man. Let's start Final Fantasy XIV. Your FanFest experience video was so good. Oh, thank you. Didn't see you there, but had a ton of fun and wish I could go to the EU one. Aw, yeah. Next year, though, I do want to go to a lot more conventions. I haven't been traveling to conventions a lot the past couple of years, but I want to start doing it again and start, you know, just taking merch out, maybe do some tabling, because it seems like fun. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay. Log in. Oh, Phobia found a way to download in good quality. Nice. Did you guys see that, like last month, I think, Shen finished UMAD. She beat UMAD. She beat the clown. I think she said that it was more difficult, in her experience, to her, it was more difficult than Omega, but more fun than Omega. She beat the clown and it was glorious, yeah. Here we are. Oh, I need to upload my UI as well. I've adjusted it quite a bit. So happy UMAD was agreed for the shorthand, yeah. Oh, it's raining here. Why is it? Oh, let me change the game category real quick. Oh, why is it always raining? Let's go to the Carline Canopy. So gross. Oh, Helen! Hello! Hi! And Kara! How's it going, you guys? Oh, also, I made an FC. A new FC, yet again. I apologize to Fleur, I know. But this one is going to be private. It is not going to be with viewers, I apologize. But I realized that I am just not the kind of person to want to be a part of a sort of public group. That happened with my Discord. I remember having a JoCat / hijack Discord, and that caused me a lot of stress. So I think I'll keep this one for private friends and IRL friends and stuff like that. Such a dapper warrior of light you have. Thank you. Most recent change that I did to his glamour was these sort of Landschnesh, I don't know how to say it, arms. These are actually, I believe these are blacksmith arms? Let me see, what are they? No. That's... examine. Here we go. Carpenter arms. Milking gloves. Not milking gloves. Milking. Landsknecht. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. But I like these better than Landschleck. Landschleck. Oh, okay. Landschleck. Like with an L? But yeah, slight adjustment to his glamour because the previous arm pieces had this little spike on the elbows that I never liked. Oh, Naya, hello! Yeah, they had this little spike. The Doman steel, Doman metal or something, arms. And I never really liked the little spike on the elbow piece. I'm on Goblin fishing things for housing. Nice. Yeah. Doman steel gauntlets, that's the one. German mercenaries known for looking very flamboyant in battle. Yeah, so this looks more bard-like to me, these fluffy arms with the stripes. And they're mostly kind of the similar color scheme to Victor. And I like them, so I thought a little change. The only downside that is somewhat fixed is there's some major clipping on the shoulders here, but it's kind of hidden by the fact that I'm able to dye it, I think wine red, I think that is. So it somewhat kind of looks like it's a part of the shoulder piece, but those who know will know that it is indeed clipping. Amusingly enough, I only learned about them thanks to Etrian Odyssey, having them as an actual character class. Oh, nice. Landschleck literally translates to land servant, and yeah, they're a mercenary. Oh, I like that, land servant. I like that a lot. Ooh, on the factor of 14, there's actually a lot of 14 streams I had in mind that I wanted to do as well. While we're talking about content and things that I've wanted to do but put off, I've wanted to do a 14 stream or several 14 streams cleaning up all my side quests, because I have a bunch of just random side quests laying around that I never bothered doing, and I would like to clear my map. My map is a mess. I story skipped Stormblood, so there's a lot of the Ether Current quests that are still hanging around that I never did. So one stream is that. I recently got, not a treadmill, but like the treadmill without the arm guards, and I wanted to do a walking stream, just walking throughout the different maps in 14. I know somebody else, I forget his name, did a stream like that where they walked to various different aetherytes and took breaks, and that seems like a fun stream to do with people, just to get a real proper sense of how far these lands are, because we're always teleporting all over the place and flying everywhere that we never really take in the environment. Call those streams walkie-talkie. Yeah. Let me look up. I want to give them proper credit. Let's see. Streamer walks. Biggest trend is walking.
Last weekend, hundreds, and I mean hundreds of people played Final Fantasy XIV in an interesting way. In the past few weeks, there's been a big uptick of people literally just walking
Lewis, yeah.
across the game's world. I even hooked up my treadmill controller.
Yeah, Super Lewis, 64. He's been playing the game in unique ways, like lots of cool ways. Walk parade events. It's nice to get folk in the map and seeing the environment like it's the first time again. Yeah. Yeah, I believe this is the same guy who hooked up his like a Dark Knight sword or something to the game. Yeah, he put a great sword. Yeah, oh man, he's got tons of cool videos. Super Lewis 64. I'm gonna link his channel. Streams where you hike to eccentric areas in the Shroud or other foresty zones. Yeah, like potentially going to every single aetheryte. Or at the very least, like, chart a course. I think I even made a map. One sec. Eorzea. No. Walking. I don't know where I put it. Route? What did I call it? I'm so bad at this. Why am I so bad at organizing everything? Maybe I called it Heidelin? No. Well, anyway, I'm gonna have to make a map because I want to plot out a route starting from, I believe the highest point in Eorzea would be somewhere in Gervania. I think I would start in Idleshire, or maybe even the Churning Mists. Yeah, I think Churning Mists, walk all the way down to Annex Trine, Tailfeather, through the hinterlands, maybe up to Idleshire, and then back down. Go down to the Western Highlands, to Ishgard. Now you may wonder, why are you starting there? Well, that's because I don't want to do many repeats, because, like, let's say I start in, like, Thanalan, I'll have to go up and then back down, and I want to end in Lenosha. I want to end in Limsa, because Limsa will allow us to go to Hingashi and Authard and all of that stuff. Will the trip include extra time to pet the dragons? Maybe. Now, there may be some teleporting, just to fast travel back to a certain point so we can start and go to another area. I don't know if I'm going to go to the first. Maybe go to the first. Writing from work to say you're awesome, never change. Oh, thank you, Hogus Khan Bacon. I appreciate that. You also did a palette for Pictomancer. That's so cool. So those are 2 stream ideas I had for 14, if I ever didn't feel like streaming raids and stuff. The airship in Kugane goes to Thavnair. Oh! Reminds me of the walk. They walk, 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 walk. Somebody's following them. Walk, walk, walk. Steal some mushrooms. I'm not a third of the way through. Walk, 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 walk. How goes everybody? I think Thavner is like the only airship landing that connects to Kugane. Is that right? Let's see. That might be true. This map lies. Like, it says Limsa's the only way, but it's not true. This was the case in Limsa as well, where they don't actually show every possible route from where you are. Like, if we go, it actually doesn't show that Limsa connects to Kugane. Oh, wait, no, it does. Never mind. Okay, well, I was wrong. I lied. Is it Tural that it doesn't show? I think Tural is the one, Tuliolal. Because by all rights, this should connect to Tuliolal. Or is that at Old Charlian? Never mind, it's Old Charlian. My bad. Okay. So it does. I must have been misread then. Huh. But yeah, I would want to go as, like, physically everywhere as possible with as few teleports as I can. You can also take that funny teleport from Old Charlian to Thavner. That's true. I could. There it is. Which I was considering. Because, like, where in Thavner can you go back to Kugane? Can you even do that? Airship landing. Inside the city. Oh. Radzatan. Ah, yeah, it doesn't tell you that it goes to Hingashi. I see. Oh. Glasses? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Helen. Yeah. I appreciate that. Hey, it's Vol! Hello! Sorry, you were blocked by my map. How's it going? I'm going to see you. I don't know if... Actually, I don't know if I was allowed to say that. I'm going to see you right now. How you doing, Vol? Vol, I got to see at NA FanFest. We sang karaoke together. It was super fun. Ooh, who's that? Who's that? Oh, thank you. Astrath said some very kind things. Thank you. I wanted to go to the inn and I find a Victor here. Hello. Thanks for coming to say hi. I see you soon. Yeah. Excite. Man, I always like when the inn is like, it's got people around and booming business like this. Oh, it's Brat. Hello, Brat. Look at that nerd. What a nerd. So in 4 hours, actually, or more like 3.5, another reason why I wanted to... yes, you, Brat, I see you. Another reason why I wanted to stream is because I wanted to send a few people over to Miss Lala. Miss Lala VT, the 60s diner VTuber, started playing 14 She actually is a longtime Final Fantasy fan. She has played other Final Fantasy games before, so needless to say, I'm pretty sure she's in for the long haul already, because she's seeing some of the fan service, and there's going to be a lot for her to enjoy in this game. She is a Lalafell named Lala La Lala, which I love that she actually made an accurate Lalafell naming convention. Which goes to show that she's in it. She was even kind enough to react to my crap guides on stream, which is very kind of her. And I hope she enjoyed it. And whenever the fact that they're like so many years old and people still watch them, all of the crap guides, really does kind of bring me joy. The fact that they're not just like a fad of videos, like people consider them significant enough to still either recommend them or watch them again today, even if they are a little bit dated. Like that feels good. Like it makes me feel as though that in some ways they are timeless, and it makes me feel like I've left my mark on the community, and it's very validating. It's very vindicating. They are not going to be timeless, because especially with the new expansions, you know, with Evercold and whatever comes after and beyond, they are going to be dated over time. In fact, I've been considering doing new ones for Evolved mode when that happens. And I do pride myself on my information. Like, really, I am a graphic designer, like, through and through, because our job as graphic designers is not just to make information, like, just to organize, like, UI and buttons and stuff like that. It is the presentation of information. In fact, what graphic design used to be called in my university was communication design, because our job as graphic designers is to present communication and information in a digestible manner. And I've always prided myself on my ability to do that, to present swaths of information in a way that's digestible and more accessible for people. Communication design, low-key a better term? Maybe, but it caused a lot of confusion, to me included, which I understand why they changed it. Because it sounds like, what, is this a language class? I don't know. With Evolve coming, it'll date them, but they're still pretty accurate current. Yeah, the general gist of them in terms of the roles, like the roles' responsibilities, are probably going to stay the same. You know, like the tank video being about tanks holding aggro and pulling wall to wall and stuff like that, and using mitigations, that's probably going to stay relevant. Healers having to DPS, that's probably going to stay relevant. Maybe, depending. It'll depend. If it is such an insanely big departure, then I may consider just redoing the whole role entirely. Because my idea right now is potentially to just do individual videos on the individual jobs, which is going to be a massive feat, I'm sure. And I'm probably going to hate it halfway through. But I think it's going to be easier to write for than something like D&D, because I can use gameplay footage. I know 114 YouTuber who's going to have a field day making guides for each one again, yeah. Even when healers are going to have a tiny slight shift towards healing in 0.8, yeah. I'm grateful for your videos and all the effort. Oh, Cowlin Susie! All the effort you put in them. I've been a DPS only for a long time, but your guides were what led me to try and adore healing and tanking. Oh, thank you for giving me a new thing to love. Oh, I'm glad. And that's the goal, right? Like, that's the goal of these, is to make people feel not so scared to try out all these different jobs. You could get away with shield healers, pure healers, main tanks, off tanks. I think I could, yeah. I think potentially I could. I'm still considering with the DPS though, because the DPS, there's slightly less overlap. Then again, even then, like, I'm working with the preconceived notion that the tanks will still have a lot of overlap in how they play, which with evolved mode, they very well might not. Like, all the off tanks might still play incredibly differently. Who knows? They might be crazy enough to get rid of Fell Cleave spam. Who knows? Maybe Fell Cleave is just used once rather than spammed multiple times in a row. Like, it might be that drastic. It might not. I'm just saying, I don't know. Alternatively, they might do that to Dark Knight instead. They might do, what's the one that Dark Knight spams? Bloodspiller. Like, they might do it so instead of spamming Bloodspiller, you just do one at a time. They took too much from us already? Yeah. Odds are, it's more likely that if anything is going to change in that case, it would probably be Dark Knight and not Warrior, because spamming Fell Cleave is like Warrior's thing. That is what they're known for. I miss Plunge, Joe. I miss my wife. Rip Plunge. Do I still have it? Yeah, there it is. I still got Plunge on my hotbar. I still have Sword Oath, apparently. Sword Oath is still on my controller hotbar all this time. You know what they could do? Fell Cleave combo. That could be it. You know, that could be a thing. I don't know. Yeah, Rip Plunge. I hope they don't steal Paladin's wings. They're not going to steal Paladin's wings. But they are going to reduce, like, besides sprint, I think Paladin has the most buttons. Like, if you remove sprint, I have 2 open slots on my hotbar. Paladin has the most buttons. Actually, 3. Goring Blade does get lumped into Fight or Flight, so I just like Goring Blade being on a separate button. Is there anything else that's consolidated, actually? I wonder. Yeah, they're consolidating a lot of the buttons. No, I think Goring Blade is the only one. Yeah, so Paladin has 3 free buttons. Astrologian has a ton, yeah. This is why I play on controller most of all, yeah. Feels it's set up like a MOBA. Yeah. I'd much prefer if it was set up like a MOBA. MOBA has fewer buttons. I prefer the idea that maybe any combo of any tank healer is capable of clearing normal content, so they can only be so different. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? It's like, all of them need to be viable, so they can't be too different at the risk of some of them not being able to perform. Which I think, to me, I'd be fine with that, but I know that that is a design difference in philosophy that the 14 devs have compared to me. Like, if I were to make an MMO, I would be okay with drastic differences, meaning that they're viable in some content and not others, because I think that's cool. But I understand that that is not going to appeal to more people. And as we live in a capitalism and Square Enix needs to make money and it is a business, they need to appeal to as many people as they can. It's a tough balance between design, like the, what's it called? The artistic vision you have for the game and making money. Sometimes they overlap, of course. Sometimes the things that you want the game to have also are things that will make money and have mass appeal. But sometimes not. Sometimes you do have to make sacrifices, like, for example, in terms of class identity, in order to make them viable. I just wonder how ultis will work with Evolved. Yeah. Yeah. Curious. How does the Paladin order work? Who cares? Nobody cares. That is one stream that I wanted to do. Actually, I have not done the Paladin job quests in a while, that I've completely forgotten the story about them. So in the next, like, hour or so that I have. I was thinking of just doing side quests, but I might just do a refresher and do the Paladin quests again. New Game Plus time, yeah. Yeah, maybe I New Game Plus the Paladin story while I've in this last hour and a half. Oh, Goth Boys! Hello, Goth Boys GF. How's it going? Yeah, I'm gonna do Paladin questline. Let's do New Game Plus Paladin. Because it's been a while. And I want to remember, maybe it's not that bad. He coped. Gladiator Paladin, here we go. Is this, there we go, that's Gladiator. We're not gonna worry about Gladiator. We're just gonna do Paladin. Because Gladiator might as well be pretty separate. The Gladiator quests are better than the Paladin ones, yeah. I don't remember, how much do the Gladiator quests actually connect with Paladin? Because if they do, I might as well start there. Because I remember a lot of these do connect with each other somewhat. Very little, yeah. They don't, barely, yeah. Because I know some of them do connect. And then they go back to Gladiators at Stormblood. And even the Capstone quest in Shadowbringers, the Capstone Paladin quest has nothing to do with the Paladins Guild. Or the Paladin Order, rather. So half of Paladin's quests are Gladiator. It's really dumb. In the sense where the Paladin part is done. So let's do Paladin. Alright. Paladins with me. We go learn our pledge to Ul'dah. I don't think Square Enix really got Paladin for a long time. Yeah. And it's not just because they call... Oh, it's Valerie. It's not just because they call it Knight in Japan. I think there are bigger issues than just calling it Knight. Like, I think it has a bad story all in its own right. But maybe I'm being uncharitable and maybe my mind is just exaggerating the badness of it. Because that's what everyone says. So, I'm gonna give it a fair shot. A fair reshot, because it's been years. Oh, there you are, Victor. Perfect timing. I've just heard a juicy bit of gossip that I know you're going to be interested in. Apparently, and remember, you heard this from first from me, the Sultan's sworn elite are sharing the secret skills and training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultan's sworn have an exclusive monopoly on the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you weren't one of the officer tracked elites, then you had no chance to learn the arts. And competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed, let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Ul'dah Sultanate, which meant no more adventuring, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum. Just languishing about in the palace all day polishing plate mail. That sounds horrid. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills of a paladin, and no memorizing the 55 commandments of the sworn, or any other nonsense either. This is a golden, no, a platinum opportunity, because it's better than Diamond and Pearl, that comes out but once in a lucky adventurer's lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers and regret will be your just desserts. You need to go to the Royal Promenade in the Hustling Strip, find the captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, Genlins, it is his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. Alright, I am dying to become a paladin. Look at all these paladins. Yes, and a white mage. There's like paladin in spirit. Valens, you're not invited. Now then, to the Hustling Strip. Alright. Genlins, how do you do? Yes. Hold on. Drip inspection. Drip inspection. Good, good. Very regal. Very nice. Very golden. Femro. Kara. Very good jacket. Yes. Nice wings. Nice wings. Good swords all around. I like it. I like it. Altani looking very, very proper. What sword is that? Oh, it's honor bound. Yeah, it's honor bound with the actual special effects. I thought I recognized it. Yep, Helen looking evil. Good. Dark Paladin with the red and black. Chocobo. Good. Let's see. Yep. Godwin looking good with the low-level gear. Making it work. Storm Nova, very nice. Love the simple sword. Always a big fan. And the House 4 top shield. Yes, good, good all around. Dante Ross, I really like the medieval stuff. And Ishel, what shield is that? Oh, tungsten kite shield. Oh, crafted shield from Dawn Trail. Cheshire Grin, of course, always love the Crystarium Guard fit. Look at Valerie showing off your Ultima weapons. Your ultimate weapons, rather. Yep. This is T and DSR, I believe. Amazing. Rhea, Nanabi. Oh, that top looks really good on you. Yeah. Get that Dark Knight out of here. Get out of here. I clemency at you. Hold on. One day I'll pick up Gladiator. Yeah, fair. I'll let it slide for now. We have Rayla. With your... You're like an evil bug. You're like a fly. You got your wings, but then you look like you're about to suck blood. And we have a red mage. Astriel, hello. Alright, Genlins. What do you got for me? And now I retire. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yes, I'm Genlins, member of the Sultan's Sworn Elite and servant to the Uldan Sultanate. Unless my instincts deceive me, you have come to inquire about training as a paladin. If so, I would have your name, good sir. I am Victor Quibbles. Victor? A fine name. Let me move this over here so it doesn't block the dialogue. I bid you welcome and salute your noble resolve. But if you aspire to paladinhood, you should understand what it means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm. Sellswords and gladiators and other of their ilk wield their blades for themselves, but a paladin serves the greater good. Do you understand me? The battle arts that the paladin learns have been held secret, nurtured and perfected within the ranks of the Sultan's Sworn Elite for nigh on these 600 years. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards, and the knights, we are the elite of the elite, our conviction unwavering, our hearts true, our sword skills without peer. But the glory of the Sultan's Sworn, well, much of it is buried in the past now. Our brotherhood grows smaller by the year. We are a shadow of what we once were, and the Sultana turns to sellswords to defend her palace. All this because one traitor, no, because of a blot of dishonor left by one shall not be named, and because of him, we have been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurers. With no background check or anything, you're not gonna, like, test my skills? I mean, I, at this point, am still somewhat of a sellsword. But I guess they're getting desperate. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the paladin military arts. You will not be inducted into the Sultan's Sworn, but serve as a free paladin. However, first you will show us that both your sword and heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins of the south of Little Alamigo, you will find an iron brazier. Light it, and undead nearby will be drawn to the flame. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return and present to me the ashes as proof of your deed. Now, would-be paladin, show me the metal in your heart and steel in your blade. You got it. To little Alamigo. Alrighty then. But maybe in recruiting me, they will go through the process of making sure that I am trustworthy and all that. Who knows? Not gonna judge. Not gonna jump to conclusions just yet. Not late. Hi, Leah! Yeah, I'm just playing for fun and recapping the Paladin story for myself. To see if it really is that bad. All right. Now, back to Genlin's. Wait, no. Ashes. There are the ashes on the flame. Ashken hearts. Shriveled hearts removed from the lifeless husks of 3 forsaken souls who were, until recently, undead. Okay. Yeah, in about an hour, I'm gonna have to go pick up Echo from work, and then when I do, though, I'm going to raid Miss Lala, because in 2 hours after that, Miss Lala is going to be playing, and I'm going to be joining her. If you are in this place searching for the undead, then you must be a petitioner seeking the secrets of the Paladin arts. But make no mistake, simply learning Paladin swordplay does not make you a Paladin, nor does the armor you wear, or the status you claim. I'm just another aging free Paladin, but you would do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that blinds, and find the true path of the Paladin. Okay. Here you'll be returning to the captain, yes? Then give him this crystal. Okay, you a random guy, just been waiting at this brazier? The way you use that sword reminds me of a man I used to know. Mine eyes may be old, but they can see the truth well enough. Be a paladin strong and true. Devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light. Okay, random guy who showed up randomly. Very well. I've got a whole posse with me. Back to the Royal Promenade. He is somewhat like Brendan, isn't he? Oh, whoa, it's John Dark Souls. Father Flamatar. Yeah, you look like a... Behold, the male bikini armor. Yes. Good. I say 7 out of 10. It's not quite like bikini pants, like chainmail bikini pants, but we'll get there. Whoa. Now this is a Valkyrie. Look at this guy. Rate my Evercold glam. Where are you? I like it. Oh, I like the blue sword. Like it's made out of ice or something, or like Moonlight Blade. What is that sword? That's so cool. Oh, level 92. I love that they still have like simple looking swords at that high level. I rate it a 9 out of 10. Simply because my personal bias getting in the way. I'm just not personally a fan of skin-tight suit, but it looks great on you. Aw, I like that. Indoor Evercold. Can we get an Evercold glam ratings? Maybe some other time. I don't want to spend all day here. I tend to get caught up and distracted. Is Gabo Speak turned off? It shouldn't be. Is he? Hold on. Is he not working? Why is he not working? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Gabo Speak.
This is a test.
What? Why is it not working? Gabo's on strike, apparently. Let me see. I'm so sorry about that. I'll refund those points. I was wondering why he was being so quiet. I'm gonna refund basically all of them from this stream. And I'm gonna restart BikuBot. And I'm gonna update it because it's asking to update, and I don't know if that has something to do with it. He has a throat infection. What do you do to make Gabo give you the cold shoulder? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I didn't give him enough cookies. I put him in timeout. Give me a sec while I restart BikuBot. Authentication token. Yes, re-authenticate. Yes. Yes. Okay. That all seems good. Authenticate bot. Yep. Authorize. Authenticate streamer. Authorize. Okay. Why? Okay, connect. Okay. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna wait until Gabo works again. Joe get distracted, never. Listen, I'm going to the doctor for it, okay? I'm taking medicine, we're seeing. We'll figure it out. I'll deal with it. I'm working on it. Who knows, even with medication I'll probably still get distracted just because there's lots of things that are just of interest. It's a wonderful world out there when I just can't stop looking at things.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
There we go. That seems to work. Thank you, Gabo, for joining us. Face the undead monsters who infest the ruins of south of Little Alamigo in southern Thanalan. Defeat them and return with proof of your deed. Okay. Charred remnants of 3 Ashken hearts. Proof that you have overcome Genlin's trial. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you have defeated the undead. You've shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I've no doubt that you will prove to be an attentive pupil. That as well, for there is much to learn. First and foremost is this. You're a paladin now, a custodian of traditions, ancient and noble. A free paladin has no master. Instead, he travels all lands and in every place takes up the cause of the unarmed and defenseless. You swear fealty not to a lord, but to yourself. You are nobility among adventurers. That's a little bit high and mighty. You've taken your first step on a new path, and you have earned the right to bear this, the soul of a paladin. Upon its surface are carved the deeds...
All your bones are moist.
Yes, they're soaked in blood. Upon its surface are carved the deeds of paladins of eras past. He who bears it commands the respect of all knights of honor. Bahamut's fangs! You already possess a crystal, and you say it was given to you by an unknown free paladin who told you to hand it to me. Where is this crystal of which you speak? I demand you show it to me at once. It's right here. Strange yet beautiful runes have been carved upon the surface of this otherwise normal-looking crystal. Curse him. He has made a mockery of the trial. That crystal you bear is indeed the soul of the paladin, but it is disgraced, impure. It was stolen from the Sultan's sword. The man who gave you this soul is the very traitor of whom I have been seeking these many moons. He's an oathbreaker who bent the knee to the Uldan Sultanate. Wait, what? and who swore allegiance to the Sultan's Sworn, but then single-handedly sullied our name and trampled it underfoot until it was lost, perhaps forever. Ah, there we go. How dare he give counsel on honor on the Paladin way? The soul is polluted, and I must dispose of it. When you come and wield your sword as Paladin, the only soul you may wear is that which is bestowed by a captain of the Sultan's Sworn. That traitor is no Sultan's Sworn, still less a captain. By giving you a soul, he insulted not only the Brotherhood, but you too. Perhaps an adventurer like you finds our rules nothing more than a nuisance, but through reigns long and short, our forebearers in the Sultan's Sworn
If he is an oathbreaker, should you give him a gravely Scottish accent?
No, I'm bad at that. I'm bad at Scottish accents. Not to say that I'm good at British ones, but I at least feel comfortable enough doing them. Perhaps an adventurer like you might find our rules nothing more than a nuisance, but through reigns long and short, our forebears in the Sultan's Sworn have preserved its rituals and traditions, and we are duty-bound to uphold them, even if men and women within our ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be named captain of the Sultan's Sworn in these troubled times. Though I did not ask this favor, for this honor, I have bent my knee to the Sultana and sworn fealty, and I will fight to restore our honor and name. You wield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to help me bring him to justice. You must ready yourself, marshal your resources, and hone your skills until the time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you are a paladin now, and honor binds you as surely as an oath. Cool. Alright, so there's a guy who betrayed the paladin oath, and he has besmirched the name, so we need to take him down at some point eventually. Okay, fair, fine enough premise. You know, good setup so far. Gives intrigue and potential. Let's see if it's fulfilled. Tank Kitty. Hi, Sleepy. How's it going? Sleepy Flowers, everybody. Cool artist. Draws hot bugs. You've earned the right to call yourself a paladin, but how do others treat you? Do they recognize you for what you are?
I said earlier Sindonic Scribe would appreciate you doing this. I still remember when he went I have notes. Spreadsheets. With the Paladin lore question from Quizzical Engagement.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he appreciates it, but I don't think he would say that it's good, necessarily, either. You're next to me. Wait. I'm next to you on 14. Oh, which one? Which one are you, Sleepy? Oh, Sleepy Night. Oh, you're so small. Hello. Look at you, little paladin with horns. Oh, you're adorable. You guys should follow Sleepy. They make cool art. Remember that fancy swordplay and well-polished armor do not make you a paladin. You must be just in your heart and strive always to be the exemplar of true virtue. Once, not long ago, the Sultan's Sworn could walk the streets with their heads held high. When they marched by, the small folk would look upon them with reverence and gratitude, and no one was more respected than the captain, my predecessor. When I first saw him, I was still a child. My father,
if Paladin is truly the way of sword and board, then why no oils?
Because they're trying to suppress us. Big weapons is trying to put the sword and shield down because they know that we'd be too powerful. When I first saw him, I was just a child. My father had promised to take me to a local festival, but somewhere he took a wrong turn. We became lost and stumbled into a secluded back alley. Luck was not with us, because the next moment we found ourselves in the middle of a riot. Drunken hunters were firing arrows into the crowd, and we were caught between them. There was no way out. It was only a matter of time before we would be struck. That's when the captain saved us from our plight. I had never seen a sword move so swiftly. Like Fast Blade, the first attack you get. It's called Fast Blade. It flashed faster than my eyes could follow, and in seconds the hunters were on the floor, on the ground, fleeing for their lives. All fleeing for their lives. The captain was gone down the street, slicing at their heels before my father had time to thank him. Even today I can see the captain as he was, blood on his sword, armor impossibly bright in the sun. After that, all I ever wanted to be was paladin. I would practice endlessly with my sword, dreaming of bandits defeated and monsters slain. Even after I became one of the Sultan's Sworn, the memory of the captain still inspired me. I was always the first to arrive in the training yard, and the last to leave. And so the years passed, and before I knew it, I found myself named captain of the Sultan's Sworn. Yet the triumph was hollow, because by then the honor of the Sultan's Sworn elite, the very thing that had drawn me to the Brotherhood, was mere vestige, like the discarded banner of a defeated foe. There were many reasons for the fall, but the loss of Oathkeeper, yes, that was a mortal blow. The sword Oathkeeper was bestowed upon... You okay, Omega? You having a time there? You good? The sword Oathbreaker was bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultan's Sworn by the then Sultan of Uldar. In time, it became our standard, the symbol of the oath we had sworn, and it was treasured by each new captain for generations. Possession was proof of Sultan's Sworn command. But then the unthinkable came to pass. Oathkeeper was stolen by the traitor. It took our brotherhood to the core. It shook our brotherhood to the core. How could we be trusted to protect the Sultana if we cannot even hold the symbol of our fealty? We have been tarnished, in the end, in the eyes of the ruler and ruled alike. If the Sultan's Sworn are to survive, we must find the traitor and recover Oathkeeper. But the Sultan's Sworn have grown too weak. We cannot do it ourselves. We have been forced to recruit outsiders to help us in our cause. I have high hopes for you, my friend. It is a great thing that we ask, and you must learn more of our secrets if you are to succeed. In Outer Lenosha, near Hermit's Hovel, is a grove where ringtails congregate. Pitting yourself against
Father,
a host...
have you ever yelled shield / when you used shield lob?
No, I have not. Because I do think it's still a shield lob. Pitting yourself against a host of the beasts would be a fine way to hone your skills that I will teach you. In the grove you will find another brazier, this time filled with a potent incense that will drive the creatures into a frenzy. Defeat your attackers and return to me. I mean, structurally it's no different from any other ARR, or any other starting job quest. I mean, Dark Knight also has you doing all of this. Like, talk to the guy for a bunch of times, go and kill a thing, and then come back and talk to him, right? What matters is how it's written in between. So, guess we'll see how that goes. We Dark Knights have nothing against sword and board. Yeah, your sword is your board. It's so big and flat that you could use it as a shield. Brazier. The writing in between is kind of dry, but the premise was good. Yeah. Which is why it's like... This could be something. Slap. Got animal hides. Get out of here. Oh yeah, the glasses. I need to use these. There we go. Alright, gentlins. I did your task, your chore. How have you been, Joe? I've been alright. Just hanging in there, you know. Chocobos can fly with those tiny wings. Something ether currents. Something using the magic and wind in the land to carry them more than actually using their wings. Magic. Got more paladins. I like that they're just all gathering here. All the paladins. Ooh. Are you getting bored? I'm sorry, is this boring? Is this boring you? Well done. You have taken the skills I've taught you and made them your own. I still do not have word of where the traitor is hiding, but I will inform you the moment I do. Until then, I will give you a bunch of exposition. Yeah, so far this is just kind of a lot of exposition. Not much substance. Sheltron. Welcome, Paladin. You should know that word of your deeds has reached me. Few are those who follow the true Paladin path without misstep, but you are one of them. I'm proud to call you brother. You have kept the faith, and in return I must have faith in you. It is time that you knew the truth, though it is hard to share, for it is a shame I would rather keep hidden from outsiders. Perhaps you remember when I told you of the traitor and the sword Oathkeeper that he stole. His name is... oh god. Text to speech.
Soxagil. Soxagil.
Soxagil. Soxagil. Soy Jack. Soxagil. Okay. Soxagil. 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 His name is Soxagil. He was my predecessor as captain to the Sultan's Sworn Elite. Yes, he was the same man whom I admired as a child, who inspired me to take up the sword and follow the way of the Paladin. He was the paragon of paladins, until that as he changed. Some years ago now, there was a struggle for influence between the Sultanate military and a faction within the syndicate known as the Monetarists. Yes, I'm familiar. The latter emerged triumphant, and the army authority was diminished dramatically. Though Soxagil was still captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, he knew his position was perilous, so he fled, taking Oathkeeper with him. In doing so, he went against the words that he had spoken on bended knee before his royal liege. Now it falls to me as captain to restore the honor and the name of the Sultan's Sword, and that means cutting down my former mentor and master. I would do it gladly, for his misdeed cannot be forgiven. But his death will not lift the stain that mars our name. He must be put on trial in public court, so that everyone knows his crimes. Then, and only then, we can begin to earn the people's trust again. He served for over 30 years as captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, and he is a formidable foe. Few can match his skills with a sword. Even together, you and I find it difficult to take him alive without mortal harm to one side or the other, so you must continue to hone your skills and prepare for the day when we can face him. To complete the next stage of your training, you must do this. Go to the Ugram River in the East Thanalan and find the brazier we have placed there. By lighting it, you will draw the ire of lepidotes, dwelling within the waters. Face the creatures in battle and master your new skills. The fight will not be easy, but if you take heart what you have learned and let the crystal be your guide, you will triumph. Alright. Easy enough. Alright, so it's building up. We're training. It's clearly a red herring, though. You can tell by the guy's demeanor. Ooh! You can tell by the guy's demeanor that there's going to be some kind of twist. That maybe he is not the traitor we may believe him to be. That there's something more afoot. We don't have the full story, so I'm eager to learn what that may be. Have you ever tried to mix and match artifact gear from Job Glam? No. Actually, yes, I have. Yes. I have put on some artifact gear on other Job Glam. Even though it feels wrong, how do I not have the hunting log for this? There we go. Cool. Wait, the brazier. I ran past it. There it is. Muffin be grunting. Fish, fish. Fear. Alright, done. Just in time for everyone to get here. Mixing job glams has opened my world to wondrous ways. Oh yeah. Alright, gentlins. I am training my sword. I will fight your former master and kill him, if need be. Good. You've mastered your new skills and made them your own. But he's like... Work remains to be done before you can face the traitor Solzagil. We are close to finding him, and as our new net draws tighter, it grows ever more important that we make ready for the moment when the fish must at last be landed. Soak balls. Some aiming gear is great for red mage. Yeah, exactly. More fantasy Welsh, yep. Alright, 45. Welcome, friend. I have important news for you. In my search for the traitor, I've been looking through old records and discovered something chilling. Around the time the traitor Solzagil was named captain, several famed soldiers of the Sultansorn met with untimely deaths, but strangely, our records do not say how they died. Curious, I begged the favor of an old friend and received permission to inspect medical records kept by Frondale's frontistry. I discovered that the soldiers died in various ways, some in combat, some suddenly at night in the barracks, but in nearly every case there were signs that poison had played a role in their demise. Yes, poison, carefully invisibly administered. You good? You good, Brat? You having some trouble there? You don't want to fall off? There you go. The more I read, the more I saw the dark hand of death's embrace at work. Assassins in the pay of service of the monetarists. A society so secretive that few believe it truly exist. But no matter how skilled and devious the assassins, they should not have been able to kill so many of the Sultansorn's elite without being discovered. Not, that is, without help from within our ranks. So I ask myself, who had the most to gain from their deaths? One by one, the former captain, his trusted aides, the most capable of the Sultansorn who might be future commanders, all of them slain by an invisible hand. And with their deaths, the way was open for Solzagil to become the Sultansorn's youngest captain in a century. The monetarists were plotting to kill the best and bravest of the Sultansorn, to purge its ranks of greatness and innovate it so that it could no longer carry out the duty it served as sword and shield of the Sultanate. Which begs the question, how did Solzagil remain captain for 30 long years? How did he avoid the poisoner's kiss when men better than him had succumbed? There can only be one explanation. He was the monetarist cat's paw, the turncloak in our midst. Needless to say, I am more determined to track him down than ever before. While I continue my investigation, I have a trial for you. I want you to seek the gallant armor, the legendary raiment worn by generations of the finest soldiers of the Sultansorn. In accordance with the Sultansorn tradition, the set that would be yours has been scattered across southern Thanalan. Each piece has been locked within a coffer, which will be guarded by 2 men. You must best the Sultansorn themselves if you are to claim their armor. I actually kind of like this. Like, go find the armor. A good paladin needs armor because it's a point of status and inspiration. I mean, I do like that he was inspired. His backstory is that he was inspired by paladins because paladins are very much a visual figure of inspiration. You know, their bright shining armor, whenever you see them out and on the field or parading through the town, you think, that's a hero. That is someone who's invincible. So, I do like that that falls in line with why he is a paladin. Any more? Anyone else? No? Okay. And I do like that you go and collect the armor yourself manually. That's kind of cool. I assume this is when you would get the armor, normally. Ah, Stone Skin. I remember that spell. What I miss? Exposition. Apparently, there were assassins that killed a lot of the other paladins. Genlins is pinning it on his former commander because he believes his former commander had motive and much to gain, that without any other paladins in his way, he, the commander, could become, well, commander. So, Genlin suspects he may be in the monetarist's pockets. Solzagil, that's his name. He suspects Solzagil might be in the monetarist's pockets and kind of finding a way to weaken the Sultan's Sword and the Paladin Order for some reason, for the monetarist's gain. Oh yeah, this is the actual, like, did it actually go in my inventory? Oh, so it did. Look at that. Oh, neat. You actually just get the armor. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that. Bang, 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 bang. Normally, political intrigue bores me, but I don't mind it as much as 14. Yeah, 14 made me realize that politics in plot can be super cool. One of my favorite cutscenes in this whole game is in Stormblood and in post-Stormblood, and it's literally just a bunch of political figures sitting around a table talking. If you know the one, you know the one. That is my I think, if not number one, it's close to number one. It's one of my favorite cutscenes in the whole game. It's literally just two opposing sides talking to each other, why they're waging war, what it would take for them to stop the war, and why those conditions need to be met for them to stop the war. Good. The armor is yours. You've learned your lesson well and honored your skill. And honed your skills, and now you're ready to face Solzagil, the traitor. Yes, the time has come. I've discovered his hiding place, and have made contact through emissaries. We are negotiating the return of Oathkeeper. Secrecy is crucial, as is preparation. We will leave only when you're ready. Okay, let me put on some of the Paladin armor. Oh, did I not get pants? Oh yeah, there they are. I don't believe I got...
Father, will Matt Mercer break into our home and throw foam noodles at us?
No, he won't. No, he won't, Cabo. He's since retired his foam noodle throwing ways. I'm gonna put on this Paladin armor. There we go. Maybe change the gloves, because they're not as high res. There we go. Maybe I remove the dye of this as well, just so it fits better. Yeah. Be my own unique looking paladin. Yeah, Final Fantasy XI gear. I love the flower you always wear. Thank you. Yeah, it's a very iconic part of Victor. The recovery of Oathkeeper will be the first step in restoring the honor of the Sultan's Sword. I've told Solzagil that if he returns the sword, we will give him a fair trial. Otherwise, he shall be captured and thrown at the feet of the Sultana for judgment. The parley is to take place south of the Forgotten Springs in the Sagoli Desert. Give me your map and I will mark the location. While I believe he is acting alone, we must be prepared for anything. You may be certain that the Monitorists will not take kindly to his surrender. In fact, I believe that should the Monitorists discover Solzagil is willing to parley, they will surely try to intervene. Therefore, we must not speak of what we do, not to anyone. We should travel separately so as not to attract attention. We shall meet again at the parley. Okay, so you've confirmed that he's in the Monitorist pockets, or was that still just a suspicion? I guess we'll find out. Because methinks some of this is still somewhat red herring, but I don't know that. Oh, sword in the ground. I'll do easy. Just to kind of get through it. Because I've got about 50 minutes left. Damn, nice thigh highs. Nice absolute territory, bro. Just showing a little hint of leg. So you dare to come. You are a brazen one, I will grant you that. But did you really think I wouldn't find out? Come, come, confess. My allies within the Sultan's Zorn have told me the truth. I know you're working in league with the traitor and the Monitorists. What? Excuse me?
I remembered something I saw on Reddit. Someone who said they went to college with you. They gave a really bad presentation on Smash Brothers 64.
Ooh.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember the presentation on Smash Bros, but I do remember we presented on various different games. I presented on Klonoa 2. Another guy presented on Resident Evil 4. I don't remember how the presentation of the other ones went because it was too focused and stressed about my own presentation. Yeah, but I do remember that. Yeah. Someone said they were, yeah, if they went to college, I do remember something about that, how we all had to present various different games. How did Joe make the game so pretty? I have a reshade. So here's the vanilla game, here's my reshade preset. It slightly increases the colors, slightly increases the contrast, adds just the slightest bit of warmth to everything. You can see my custom reshade in the chat right there. But yeah, I like it.
If you told Jinlins that the word gullible was written on the ceiling, he would demand to know the culprit before even thinking about looking up.
Yeah, methinks this guy is a bit, jumping at shadows. Confess! With your dying breath, you will tell me where I can find Oathkeeper and the traitor who stole it. Well, what are you talking about? I didn't take it. Do you dare accuse my own Sultan's Zorn of lying? We are comrades in arms, every one of us, bound in brotherhood by our oath. I would trust them with my life. What is your word when set against theirs? We know the meaning of honor. What have I done to make you suspect? You are a naive fool. I suspected you from the beginning, ever since you showed me the soul of the paladin that the traitor Solzagil gave you. You were, no matter how briefly, a paladin, and as such, you are bound by a code of honor that is unforgivable as it is noble. Unforgiving as it is noble. Traitor! I sentence you to death, and decree that your body shall lie here to feed the crows. I didn't do anything! I don't even get... Where are you getting this, man? Alright, let's take care of these guys. Where is this coming from? How dare you use our art again? You taught it to me! Alright, this is... See if there's any other phase. I'm gonna slow down my DPS a little bit. Confess, damn you, confess! I will interrupt that. Haha! Kick. Genlins didn't teach you shit. It was the souls of Paladins past. I guess that's true, yeah. There we go. Technically, it's Gladiator's art. Yeah. You cannot do this. I'm the greatest swordsman. You're superior in every way. Well, then why'd you lose? Oh? Ah! So it seems the Sultan's Sorn are not immutable to corruption. You were blinded, Genlins, by your own conviction. Genlins, remember your own lesson. A paladin does not exist to defend his position or the honor of his fellow Sultan's Sorn. Those men were assassins in service to the monetarists. The moment you outlived your usefulness, you were to be killed. You and this free paladin of yours. Liar! You are the agent. You are their agent. You betrayed us from them. Wait. You betrayed us for them. You were literally just about to be killed, man. You are always naive, Genlins. Too willing to trust your fellow man. It's one of your virtues, but you have a deplorable habit of turning your virtues into vices. Think, Genlins. The information you uncovered. How did you come by it? Did it fall into your lap as if, oh, I don't know, someone was feeding it to you for their own purposes? You and the paladins under your command are the monetarist lapdogs. Genlins, you've been led a merry dance and followed their lead at every step. Then you were never a traitor. You were innocent. I've wronged you. Sorry, I'm hitting him a little hard. Easy now. Your wounds aren't mortal, but you'll still need to rest. Fireman carry. I'll take care of the captain. He's had worse, and we'll have him back on his feet soon enough. You've become a fine warrior, and learned all there is to know about the way of the paladin. I think perhaps you are not aware of just how much you've grown. Well, 'tis time you were made aware, paladin. When the captain's recovered, keep an eye on him for me, will you? He needs someone like you to watch his back. Solzagil means blessed tale in Rogadan. Okay. Well, it feels like... I don't know. Hold on. I'll hold my tongue until I finish the ARR stuff. And then let Muffin out because she wants to go out. Hi, Ryder. I don't think I'll be able to get through the Heavensward ones today. Maybe, if I go fast. Look at all these paladins, look at you. Muffin is perched right now. Hold on, let me take a picture. This is how... she does this all the time. She can't just be normal. What is it? You think it's time for dinner? It's not time for dinner. It's not. You still have 30 minutes. Why are you so wiggly? Why you perch? She's always just on the edge. Hold on. Oh, my phone didn't record. What are you doing, baby? You think it's time? You think it's time for you to eat food? It's not. Also, while you perch, you're gonna fall over. Maybe you should sit down, it's safer.
How does one find people / community in this game as a new player? It's lonely out here, skeptical.
Well, that's a difficult question that I don't know that I can answer because I am incredibly biased and my experience is niche. I am a streamer, so I innately have a community following me. So my answer will be colored by my experience, which is one that is unique and niche. That said, people are always advertising their FCs all the time. You could post on social media about your Warrior of Light, join party finders, be social, and you might have to go outside of your comfort zone to chat with people, make friends. Just be a content creator, duh. You could do some of the kind of player required content like Baja, Eureka, Occult Crescent, because those innately have a bunch of servers full of people still doing that content. And with the shared interest, you know, since a lot of them will have to be typing to communicating, we make friends that way. Joining community events like what's it called? Like some of the dance things that I go to. There's always constantly lots of community events going on. So you could go there, strike up a conversation with people, and don't be deterred if, you know, some of them don't reply back all the time, because they are strangers to you and you are a stranger to them. So, you know, commit and don't give up. I went to several RP venues, like I think before I started making content, like before I found some people. Like I felt dejected at the first one, but I went to like 6 of them before I finally found one that clicked with me. So sometimes it just takes a few tries. Jedlins. Paladin, I've done you a great wrong. I allowed myself to be hoodwinked, accused you of treason, and even turned my sword against you. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. As for me, yes, I am recovered from my wounds, and at least those that will heal. But far more important than that, Solzagil is innocent, after all. He was never a traitor, and the dream that I followed in my youth was not a lie. I remained captain of the elite, although a poor substitute for my predecessor. I am now working on a plan to strike back at the Monitorists and restore the Sultan Sorn to its former strength. No, do not be afraid for me. We've unmasked the foe, and he cannot hide behind his deceptions anymore. The assassins won't find it easy to reach me. For now, I bide my time, marshal my strength, and, when the time is ripe, strike hard at our enemies. Okay, well that's kind of nothing. So, very clearly setting up for Heavensward stuff, but in A Realm Reborn, this just kind of feels like a dead end, like it was set up for other things to happen. So... Oh, wait, keeping the oath. Okay, there's one more. Welcome, Paladin. I'd hoped to see you before I left. You remained so true a friend even after the wrongs I did you, and I owe you my trust. So, I will tell you everything I've learned. After our encounter in the hills, I spent some time in the care of Solzagil, recovering from my wounds. As I coalesced, he gave me the true account of what happened these last few years in his solitary war against the Monitorists. After he went into hiding, he tried to get word to me about what was happening, but I was surrounded by agents in the pay of the Monitorists who kept me isolated and ignorant. They planted the lie that Solzagil was a traitor and tricked me into tracking him down. I was their puppet, twitching obediently at the end of the strings they pulled. But when I discovered the Death's Embrace had been behind the demise of my brothers and sisters, they panicked, especially when they found out I had shared this information with you. They set a trap for us and baited it with the promise of a parley with Solzagil. Solzagil was no traitor, as I should have well known, but I allowed myself to be deceived by the whispers of the mummers and flatterers, and no, That was not the way of it. It was not their lies that made me blind, but my desire, nay, obsession, to restore our honor. For the Sultan's sword, and all the paladins that have bent the knee to a higher cause, an honor is as a means to an end, not the end itself. I lost sight of that, and in doing so, lost sight of my true duty. Solzagil understood what was happening, and that is why he gave you the soul of the paladin. It was a remonstration, a message. Look how adventurers live, he was telling me. Where does their honor, their authority come from? I owe my position to the machinations of the monetarists. They calculated that a young captain, eager to prove his loyalty, bound by unquestioning fealty, would be all the easier to control. They were right. I'm a sham and a fake, but the world does not know that, and even the illusion of power is a power of sorts.
Cookies give Gobo joy. Joy brings healing. Cure wounds heals.
Okay.
Why does Cure Wounds not summon cookies for Gobo?
Because all cookies heal, but not all heals are cookies, Gabo. I can use it to fight back. I will tell my subordinates that I'm fleeing to Snowcloak and Kurthus. When the monitorists hear of this, they will, as they surely will, they will send assassins after me again. But when they show their hand, I will stand my ground and fight back. I realize you may wish to offer your assistance. However, I cannot in good conscience put you in harm's way anymore. You too have become a target of the Cabal's assassins. The odds will be against me, that much is certain, but Solzagil has taught me much, and if I am brave and vigilant, I know I can triumph. I'm sorry you have been caught up in our political struggles, but now, as a paladin, it is time you travel your own path. Ah yes, Solzagil wished to have a word with you as well. You'll find him in central Thanalan. Allow me to mark the location on your map. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so that wasn't the end of the quest line. I thought it was. My bad. I was like, that's it? So it is coming to a climax here. Oh, Taylor Swift cast is here. Nice. That's a great name. Oh, of course, Sweepy. Yes. Somewhere in here? No, it's in the mines. Oh, Pint-Sized Phoenix. That was you? Oh, I thought that was Sleepy. I'll have to ask them what their actual in-game name was. Part of me wishes people these days can speak as elegantly as people in this game. That way we don't have to deal with shit like skibbity toilet. Well, I won't. Listen, there was a lot of things in our era and our slang that our parents shamed us for. I think we can break the cycle. Sleepy is Sweepy. I am Taylor. Oh, I see. Oh, I skipped that dialogue. Oops. I know what I must do, and I suspect you do as well. If you are the man I believe you to be, then we shall meet again soon. Sorry, that was important dialogue that I skipped. Let me look at the quest. Solzagil states plainly that Genlins will die if he faces the Monotaurist assassins alone, and he all but declared his intentions to follow Genlins to Snowcloak before departing. Okay. What you do next is up to you and your conscience. Okay, so Solzagil said he will die. You will die. Yeah, 21 instead of 6, 7, or 25. Let's not forget we were all laughing about SpongeBob. What's funnier than 24, 25? Dialogue should be in the chat log. Let me see. Battle. by default if you haven't tweaked your chats. So, bad news. What if I have? AR has a good amount of flack for its rough edges, but I have to say I enjoy how it's exposed me to new vocabulary to use in my own RP. Me too! Even like in the later expansions, like there's still quite a bit of fancy vocabulary. I think right now, a lot of the dialect and dialogue in Tural is a bit more modern, I think, to try and fit in more with it being the Americas, essentially. But I think Shadowbringers and Endwalker is my personal perfect balance between the ye olde English and fancy big words and still somewhat understandable. If you have, then you need to re-enable NPC dialogue and our NPC announcements. Gotcha. Let's see. General. I'll put it in general. Announcements. NPC dialogue. There we go. Okay, he said, "Thank you for coming, Victor. We haven't much time, so I'll be blunt. Genlins will die if he faces Death's Embrace alone." So yeah, okay, that's all he said. I'll do normal. Fancy vocabulary is good and all, but I'm a non-native English speaker, so it messes me up some from time to time. Oh yeah, Echo as well. Echo has dyslexia, so she has trouble reading, and there's a lot of big words. Makes it difficult for her to grasp, especially Urianger. I'm here, guys. You as well. I told you to go to ground. This isn't your fight. First Solzagil, now you. Are you both so eager to die? Are you? You forget that we're paladins. Wheresoever our duty leads us, we go, and do so of our own free will. To abide by one's own sense of justice is to embrace the paladin's creed. Sworn or unsworn, we are paladins true, and the only true oath we swear is one we swear to ourselves. Where's your shield, buddy? Oh, it's a small one, that's right. Come, now come! Let us stand shoulder to shoulder and show the black arts the metal of our souls and steel of our swords. To be fair, normal Eorzeans have trouble understanding Urianger. Yeah, that's true. I suspect they would send minions, but Void Sent. Yeah, where'd they get Void Sent? Probably a challenge for a trio of paladins. Manipulated eye. I'm gonna shield bash, guys. I did it. I shield bashed. Solzagil's kind of based, yeah. You do not swear an oath to a people or nation. You swear an oath to what is right. What is good and right. Surely the monitors would go to greater lengths than this. Those Void Sent were called forth by a mage who, I suspect, is observing as we speak. Spread out and search for anything unusual, but tread lightly. This could very well be a trap. Okay. Doopy 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 doo. Searching, searching, searching. I wonder if that has anything to do with things. Tacos. I am loyal to tacos. Then you shall be a paladin of tacos. Hup. You okay, guys? What sorcery is this? Likely the work of our mage. It pulses with a queer light. Up above! It's the mage! The grimoire, it's a trap! Oh. Death's Embrace Master. Can I go get him? Hey, you. Are you injured? A little bit, but I'll be fine. I'd hope to finish this quickly. Oh, Genlins. Cut down the assassins quickly. Where that mage? Okay.
A queer light up did sorta have the trans colors.
A little bit. I was like, ah, but it's not rainbowy. Grimoire source. I'll get it soon enough. Destroy the Grimoire. I got it. It's kind of funny how the Thaumaturge's guild, like the Thaumaturges, are considered a bit more summoners than summoner. Like summoning things from other dimensions and stuff all the time. There we go. You've done well. You never flinch from your duty. You followed the path you knew you had to take, and you showed us what it means to be a paladin. We summon primals, they summon weird stuff. True. When it comes to women, does JoCat have any specific type, and if so, where would someone learn such knowledge? I don't know, it'll remain a mystery. And you even managed to prize the scales from Genlin's eyes while you were at it. It's been an honor to know you, and to watch you grow. In any case, today's battle should blunt the monetarist dagger, at least for a while. They'll think twice before sending assassins after the Sultan's Sword again. I trust you'll see to this mess, Genlins? Yes, sir. I mean, Captain. Please, sir, return to the capital. Take up your command again. The burden, it's too much for the likes of me. The monetarist may have stolen Oathkeeper, but oaths are not forged in steel. They're forged in the heart. You never betrayed your oath, Genlins. And as for your leadership, well, ask this paladin if he's learned anything from you. No matter what the circumstances, once a man has left the Sultan's Sword, he cannot return. No, I followed my own path, and on it I will stay. I've followed you since the day I vowed to join the ranks of the Sultan's Sword. Has the time come for me to stop following and begin to lead? Dark Souls pose. I like that. Oh, I never showed Muffin perching. Yeah, after this cutscene, I'll show her. Thank you for coming. Once again, you have placed me in your debt. See me in the city when you return. I'll have something for you. There we go. Okay. 2 Genlins. Okay, that's okay. It's all right. You know, it's a nice little conclusion, and like what it means to truly be a paladin is not an oath based on your sword, but what's right in your heart. It's okay. Yeah, it isn't as bad as I remember, but we'll have to do Heavensward some other time and assess my thoughts on that, because this is very clearly like set up for more stuff later. Because there's still mysteries unsolved, questions unanswered. Taylor Swiftcast, there you are. I love that name. That's great. But, yeah, here's Muffin. What? Oh, let's turn that around. She perch. Look at her. What are you doing, baby? You think it's time? You think it's time for you to eat food? It's not. Also, while you perch, you're gonna fall over. Maybe you should sit down, it's safer. I have a silly dog. Right now she's laying down because it's not dinner time. But she's looking at me, she's side-eyeing me. No, stay down, no! Oh, she got up. Ah, she was so cute. She was laying down like a cinnamon roll and just side-eyeing, doing the dog side-eye. But then I picked up my phone to take a picture of her and she got up. Dang it. Welcome, Paladin. These have been troubled times for the Sultan's Zorn, and you have served us loyally. You did what was just, followed the Paladin way, and defended the weak and needy. You are a true Oathkeeper. Honor and right were yours from the very beginning, and that is what made you strong enough to defeat me. The sword Oathkeeper has yet to be found, but I have come to realize that I do not need it. Nay, not to lead the Sultan's Zorn, nor to restore our good name. The oaths we keep in our hearts, not in hollowed blades. Yeah, like, I like that. That it's like, it's not the object that you keep the oath in, but I remember something about Heavensward was like, no, actually the sword is important. So, yeah, I guess we'll find out about that. Solzagil has left to wander the nations of Eorzea. He's a man of honor. Muffin. Did you hear her fart? Baby. Such a gross, disgusting creature. Solzagil, blah blah blah, he is a man of honor, and unless I am very much mistaken, he will continue to look for the sword that was gifted by our ruler centuries ago. I shall continue to serve Uldar as one of the Sultan's Zorn. You shall defend the people of Eorzea as a free paladin. Our paths diverge now, but we shall forever be bound by oaths we keep in our hearts. Ah, but listen to me. Noble words aren't much good for an adventurer who has to face monsters and menaces out in the real world. Fortunately, I have something that will serve you rather better. Armor. The sacred armor has been kept with the Sultan's Zorn for many generations. It was given only to those Sultan's Zorn who had, through feats of arms and deeds of great courage, earned the privilege to wear it. But something tells me that for the first time since it's left the armorer's forge, this armor should go to someone who is not of the Sultan's Zorn. If I allowed myself to slave to tradition, be a slave to tradition, the paladin who deserves it most would never wear it. Now, wouldn't that be a waste of fine plate? Just one thing. If anyone asks where you got it, you mustn't say it was me. Paladin story is often compared to stuff like Warrior and Dark Knight, so it's a lot of competition. I think comparing it to other job quests in general is fair. Like, I've heard it compared to just, like, Dragoon or, like, anything else. I don't think it's just compared to Dark Knight and Warrior. I think it's just compared to all the jobs in general, which I think that's a fair comparison. And it's okay. This one is fine. It's like, whatever, all right. I like the twist that it's like, the twist of themes, rather, that it's not just serving an oath to people or nations, it's to yourself. It's what you believe in, standing firm and true to what you believe is right. And that's a nice little twist. I always like want versus need, like the thing you think is correct versus the thing that is actually correct. Like, Disney does this all the time. what's it called? Aladdin wants to be seen or wants to be seen as more than he is. He's
That is
ashamed.
so paladins learn more with the power or friendship. Like I learned from the power of cookies.
Exactly like that, Gabo. Your cookies are your friends, and that's why you eat them. But like, Aladdin is ashamed of who he is, and he wants to be something more because he thinks what he is not good enough. What he needs to learn is to be himself, accept himself, true, with all the rough edges, the diamond in the rough. Inside Out, Joy just wants Riley to be happy, and happy all the time. She doesn't want the other emotions to cloud her life and make her unhappy. She needs to accept, what she needs is to accept that other emotions are important to someone's development and emotional well-being and upbringing. She needs to feel sad. Riley needs to feel sad. She needs to feel angry. She needs to feel jealous. What's another one? But yeah, I love want versus need stories. Monsters University. It's my favorite one. That Mike Wazowski wants to be a scarer. He works super hard, harder than any other monster to be a scarer. He needs to understand that it's just not for him. No matter how much he wants it, no matter how much he works for it, it is not his place. And that's sad, and that's hard to get to grips with. It's like, he is not a scarer, no matter how much he wants it. And he needs to find what else he's better at. Wants to save his home, needs to rely on Monfilia. I would say Ardbert's story is more so, like, wants to fix everything himself, wants to atone and do his part. Or maybe not, no, not Ardbert. I don't think I need to take a moment to think about Ardbert's thing, but I think, what's one where it's like, there's one of the characters that's like, they want to do things alone, but they need to learn to rely on friends. I think that's actually Exarch's arc. He thinks he needs to sacrifice and do everything and fix everything when really he should trust in his friends. Renda Ray, that's another one, yeah. Are you going to be in Berlin for 14 FanFest? Yeah, I am, yeah. I'm going to give some guidelines as to how to approach me, though, because I think I was a little bit overwhelmed with NA FanFest. Oh, it's Danny. Hello. The Tank Roll Quest man. Yeah, him too. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah, I love want versus need stories, and this game does a pretty decent job of that, and this one's okay. We'll have to see what Heavensward story is. In the meantime, I gotta bow out. I'm going to raid someone who is not online right now, but will be online soon. Miss Lala, because I will be joining her for some MSQ. So I'm gonna raid her. She's gonna be offline, but in 2 hours, she will be online, and we will be playing A Realm Reborn. Perfect time to run to the store. Yeah, take your time to do stuff, run your errands, get some food, maybe take a nap. 2-hour break. Swarm her stream, join her. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for being patient with the content, and thank you for letting me kind of just be open and honest and personal with you guys. It's not going to be a regular thing. I am getting medication for all of this, and I just thought it important to talk about for anyone who also may be suffering from the same thing, to show that you're not alone and that it is more normal than you think. And yeah, that even the content creators you watch and admire and like, we also suffer from these things, and it's okay to talk about. I feel as though there's a bit of a taboo surrounding it, but it shouldn't be. But I thank you guys again. I don't know when the next stream will be. You'll know when I know. I will announce ahead of time rather than just impromptu like I did this time. I do apologize for making it just like so randomly off. I know, baby. I know it's dinner time. But yeah, thank you guys a bunch again. You are literally the best audience anyone could ever ask for, with how much understanding and kindness and grace that you give me. Yeah, see you in 2 hours at Miss Lala's stream. Bye-bye!